What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Bad Thoughts Podcast. Today we got two special guests. We got OG55 always here with us. Thank you, OG, for coming.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. I love coming on here and talking shop with you guys. It's a different flavor than OG55. We talk about a lot of stuff on this, and it's
You think you
fun,
could
dude.
say it tastes like Parmesan?
Oh yeah, well, no, way better than Parmesan. Way better. Parmesan smells like ass. I can't do it.
That's so funny, bro. And we got a newcomer today, Shaun, ranking the mouse. How you doing, Shaun?
Oh man, doing great. Thank you guys so much for having me on. Me and OG go back, so it's good to be on here with you guys, and I can't wait for this. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Candid and OG kind of told me, stuff, content that you do, and you go to a lot of parks. So I'm really, really interested to hear your perspective when it comes to that stuff. So we'll get into it as soon as possible. But Candid, how you doing, brother? How's everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing good today. I had a what I do is my day off, which was nice. I got nothing done. I went to the park though, and I rode a little bit of the bike and went down some slides because they just put a new park in, and I can actually fit down this slide. And yeah, I haven't been down a slide in years. Thought it was too big for this thing. So yeah, it's fun times.
That's funny. I think the last time I went to a park was with my nephew when he was younger, and like kids don't like going to the park anymore. I think he was like 4 and he just didn't like it. He'd rather go around the park and run rather than be in the actual park, dude. It's crazy.
That's
the
hilarious.
craziest thing is like I taking my son out and just finding every park known to man. Where I live, I don't know if it's some government thing where they just get a shit ton of money for having parks, but there's like a park every block. So we'll go to every single park we can possibly find in my area. And I shit you not, it's like 40 or 50 parks. And
I know what Shaun is thinking. He's like, okay, we're gonna have to rank. We're gonna do ranking the parks.
Oh, I already done it. I found the best park I found was in the middle of nowhere. I didn't even know this park existed. I didn't know this area existed, and it was in my town. It's a dead end street. It's the park, a few trees, a park, and just open field for like miles. You could just see off in the distance. And I was like, dude, this is the most beautiful fucking park I've been to. The shittiest part about it is nowadays they're making these parks for like 5 to 10-year-olds. So they're just massive like structures to the point where I'm looking up, I'm like, oh fuck, dude. Like if you fall, you're gonna get fucked up. So I let my son go up there, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go up there with them, man. Whoa, shit, poltergeist. Yeah, all right. He's like, not today. I let him go up there, and it's the coolest thing ever. It's a circle, and there's multiple slides attached to that circle. But the thing is that there's a center that you can see down, and it's just a bar that's about waist high. And if you fall through that, you're just going to go down. So what he's doing is he runs, gets up there and runs around, not paying attention. You're either going to fall down the slide side or you're going to fall through the little middle thing. So I'm like, well, fuck, man, not today. So I go up there, then I have to slide with them down that thing. And yeah, fun times. Anyways, back to real life. I went on a rant, but this is live. We can do whatever the fuck we want to do today.
Hey, Shaun, if you could tell the people, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone knows you, but if you could tell the people what you do for the people who don't.
Yeah, so basically I'm a theme park super fan. I just kind of go around hitting every theme park that I can. Started like 3 or 4 years ago with just Disney, and then I started branching out to Universal, and I still go to both. I still go to Disney and Universal a bunch, but my goal the last basically since post-COVID, I'd say probably like the last 2-3 years is just trying to hit every theme park, amusement park, water park I can hit. And I rank them. So that's my thing. That's what I like to do. If there's a theme park, amusement park out there, even if it's the shittiest theme park you've ever seen or amusement park, whatever, I'm still probably trying to go there. So that's my thing.
That's dope.
So I'm actually catching a flight in about an hour and 45 minutes. I got to leave to the airport. I'm heading to Dallas to hit up Six Flags over Texas tomorrow.
What?
Oh, nice.
Shaun's over here making moves, man. Making moves.
So you're ranking. You already ranked your year of last year. What was your top 5 favorite parks?
Oh man, that's a good question. I got to bring that up. I think number 1 is probably going to be Animal Kingdom in Florida. That's usually almost always my number 1. I think OG just hit that park up too last year. I'm just obsessed with that park. I really love like natural feeling parks. Back to Candid Camper's thoughts on his local non-theme park parks. But yeah, I'm just obsessed with parks like that. So Animal Kingdom, I'm pretty sure was number 1. Disneyland, OG's home park, is always up there for me. That's always in my top 3, so that's always going to be up there. I think some of my better non-Disney Universal parks, Busch Gardens Tampa is an incredible park. It's in Tampa Bay, Florida, probably like 2 hours west of Disney. That's always up there. I actually didn't even visit that park until recently. I'm obsessed with that park. I really love Universal Hollywood, like an hour, probably hour and a half north of OG. Love Universal Hollywood. So yeah, those are probably my parks up there. I could bring up my ranking, but yeah, those are like my top 4, I think, right now, I'd say.
When you go to, go ahead, OG.
Well, no, just to say, yeah, I first time back in July, we went down to Florida. First time ever at Walt Disney World, the whole thing. And Animal Kingdom wasn't even our first park, right? But going into that trip, I was like, Epcot's going to be my thing. That's going to be my favorite park. Dude, I loved Epcot, don't get me wrong, but I walked into Animal Kingdom. I was like barely past the turnstile. I was like, say no more. This is my favorite. I love it. And I'm with you, Shaun, on that. Like that natural, it feels so organic. You go through like the Harambe area, you really feel like you're transported. The theming is just so incredible, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And Epcot's up there for sure too. Epcot just struggles from it being under construction so bad right now, and that's been the thing for like 5 years. So it's not even like a right now thing. But Epcot's great. I mean, drinking around the world is like one of the most unique and like elite, theme park things you can do. It's definitely a park built for adults. So Epcot's up there. Epcot's in my top 10 all-time parks, but it's under too much construction right now.
It's crazy. I met, I don't know if you guys know Showcase of Wishes. George and I met him at Epcot. And we told him to meet us in Italy. And he's like, oh, great. 2 Italians in Italy. Good luck.
That's funny.
Yeah, Slimer's comment is 100%. Dollywood's incredible. I actually have not been to Dollywood. That is for sure on my list to see this year. I really, really want to go to Dollywood. Herschend, which is the company that owns Dollywood, they own Silver Dollar City too. They're like elite, like themed parks. So I'm pumped for that. And yeah, Busch Gardens is fantastic. Busch Gardens got a park in Tampa and then in Virginia too.
So Shaun, now I'm not too familiar with Dollywood. Is that kind of like a Tennessee Knott's, basically? Is that kind of the vibe? That
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would probably say that. They're owned by Herschend, which is like they own like 3 parks. They own Kentucky Kingdom too. And it's kind of like, yeah, Knott's, I'd say like the western area of Knott's is a pretty good description. They're pretty big on like, food, which Knott's is big on. They're big on coasters. They're big on like just family entertainment. Their last like 3 coasters have all been family coasters and like really highly rated ones. So yeah, Dollywood's super similar to Knott's Berry for sure.
Yeah, nice. Lightning Rod is like one of those. That's like a top ride for my list that I need to get on for things. I heard it's always broken down though. That's kind of the shitty part. I don't want to head over there and like, well, fuck, I can't ride the one ride that everyone wants to ride.
Yeah, so so Dollywood or Lightning Rod had the first ever launched wooden roller coaster. So it was a launch coaster, but wooden, the first one ever, and they had, just horrible problems with it. Horrible problems. So they're actually
was it the launch or?
Yeah, you'd launch up the whatever it is, 100 feet. So they're actually getting rid of it because it was down all the time, like you said, Camper, because of that. So opening this year, they're opening it up. They're calling it like a high-speed chain lift. So think like whatever Incredicoaster, whatever your local coaster is, but they're trying to claim that it's going to be super fast. So yeah, so we'll see how it turns out. But it should be better now.
So it's basically still going to grip you like a regular chain, but just zoom you up instead of actual.
That's what they're saying. Yeah. We'll see for sure in like April when it opens, but they're trying to say it's going to be the world's fastest, chain lift now instead of the only launch coaster on a wooden coaster. But we'll see. But yeah, that's a great ride for sure.
Do you think it's still going to hold its pace? Because I know having that launch really kind of keeps it from creeping up and falling over.
Yeah, that's the issue. And I think, granted, I haven't been to Dollywood, so this is just what the coaster community says, but the reason that ride's so popular is because of the pace, like you said, Camper, because of the launch. So that's kind of the worry, is that if you're just on a chain lift, you're not gonna be able to get through the course, but I'm sure they'll figure something out.
Yeah, definitely. Kind of going back to your ranking things, that's the one thing that intrigues me most of like in my life. I rank every fucking thing.
Let's go,
cereal, toilet paper. Like I rank it all.
He's not lying about the toilet paper, guys. I'm telling you. He's not.
Oh yeah.
How do you even rank toilet brands?
Yeah, we go 2-ply, 3-ply. Like, what's your number one here, Camper?
No, you got to go 2-ply. If you go 3-ply, it starts falling apart on you, and then you lose a layer anyway.
And you have to have the aloe vera on it. That's
aloe vera. Yep,
you got to have
aloe vera on there. Yeah. Anyway, so what I was going to get to, this is a good one for you, and you can use this if you want. You go ahead. I give you permissions. Ranking the floors at Disneyland and Disney World. It's a big deal to me because if Disneyland has the better floors than Disney World. Disney World has these weird ass colors, like they have this funky ass green in like most of the park, and it doesn't match. But you get to Animal Kingdom, and dude, it is the coolest fucking thing. It like OG was saying, it transports you into that world, and it matters what the floor looks like. And I don't think people. I
could give you my top 3 right now.
Do it. Let's go.
Off the top of my head, number 3, I'm going Rancho del Zocalo at Disneyland. It's like the Mexican restaurant in Frontierland. They have elite flooring in there. Elite flooring. Number 2, probably New Orleans Square. I want to say it's the I think it's like the jewelry store, or maybe I'm misremembering it, but there's like a couple stores in New Orleans Square in Disneyland, elite flooring, and the Blue Bayou, elite flooring in there. So we'll just go with New Orleans Square in general. Number 1's got to be, I don't know if you consider this flooring, but got to be Animal Kingdom Pandora at night. The like bioluminescence they have.
Yeah.
I'm sure you didn't see it because of the sunset was so late when you went, but the whatever flooring, whatever it is at Pandora at night is insane.
It's holding up too. I thought it was going to lose some of its shine because I went the week that it opened, and then I went last year, and it looked exactly the same. So I'm very excited to see if we actually start getting that over here. Just imagine that in Tomorrowland, but more of the blue silver kind of style. If they, instead, I think they can do a lot with that.
That would be incredible, bro. That's such a good idea too. I never even thought about that. That would literally be incredible.
Let's see. I have another question for you. And
let's answer Slimers real quick.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I get it. I'm excited right now.
I know. I can tell.
Slimer says, "Hi guys, first post on the YouTube on the YouTubes. So Candid is the camper in reference to shooter video games, or is it actual camping?" So you know what? It's like none of those. It just happened to happen. You should know me by now where I just say stupid ass shit, and if it clicks in my head, then I'm going to say it, and if it doesn't click, I still say it anyways. But Candid Camper just happened to match itself together for some weird reason, and I don't know what it means to this day. That's just who I am.
You did camp in video games though, so
I did camp.
There is a correlation to that,
I guess. What's the Candid part come from? Just having candid conversations.
Bro, when I hear your name, when I hear Candid Camper, I think of that show that used to be on called Candid Camera or something like that.
Oh yeah.
It was like the pre-America's Funniest Home Videos or whatever. That's what I think of when I hear your name.
What's weird is he had a name before that he would use, and it was Captain Doodle. Captain Doodle was like a name that we all knew him by, and all of a sudden he changed it, and everyone's like, "Who the hell is this camper guy?"
I had to grow up, dude.
I think you should bring back Captain Doodle, man. That's tight, dude.
Hey, speaking of Irish, ask Irish. He's been there with us.
That's true. Yeah, the thing Captain Doodle holds too much.
On your name too.
What was that? OG?
You need OG's backstory. His backstory on his name's clutch too.
Of Orange 155.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's I was like, when I was coming up the channel, I was like, okay, well, I know it's gonna be about Disney parks. So like, what am I going to do? I can't use Disney in there anywhere, right? Because of copyright stuff. And so I'm like, I wanted something that's kind of connected to the parks, but not like that I can like get, in trouble for. So I'm like, Orange Grove, right? And it was built on an Orange Grove, 55 year it opened. So there you go, Orange Grove 55. Oh yeah, I actually yeah, I am. Go buy San Pellegrino.
He had the finger already out.
There we go. Pinky's out. Yep, absolutely.
OG, don't tell your boy George about the Disney copyright issues. He might get his name. He might get in some trouble there.
That's true. So,
I never thought about that till now.
I think he can, because it's. I mean,
it's just a Twitter handle. It's just
they're not Disney. Disney doesn't really come down on that stuff unless it's like massive. Like you see, like. Local shops taking Mickey. They don't really come down on it unless you're like making substantial sales. So until OG55 hits like 100K subs in like a couple months,
we're good.
Did you guys see that Star Wars car wash that got shut down and they're being sued?
Yeah,
I mean that's just common sense though.
Yeah, I know. No, that's bad. Like they had fucking Kylo Ren and everyone like watching your cars, like it Star Wash. I'm like, yeah, dude, you deserve to get sued, bro.
That's hella funny. I'm not gonna lie. I respect that. That's bold.
Is that where you just like take your money then run kind of thing? It just be like
Pretty
just get as
much.
much you can, then just dip out.
They probably just rebranded a Steamboat Willie, right?
So real quick, I got an answer for you, by the way, Shaun, because Tony used to be a barista, and I saw one of your posts today about what the fuck is a pour over coffee. So Tony, can you explain to Shaun what a pour over coffee is?
So a pour over coffee is pretty much you get this. Some use like a glass cup, some use a plastic. You put it's like a cup with a hole at the bottom, and then you put your cup that you're going to be drinking under that, and then you put the filter and then coffee in there, and you steep the coffee in this little like cup, and it's your own pour over. It's like your own actual coffee instead of using like a huge filter and making like 10 cups or 8 cups of coffee. You just use it for one single coffee.
It's also stronger, correct? Because
it depends. It depends what kind of coffee you're using. Like if you use a light roast, it's not going to be that strong.
Yeah.
You need to change your name to Barista Bro.
What's that?
You need to change your name to Barista Bro.
Barista Bro. Oh, Tones, you would hate me. Like, I'm terrible at Starbucks, man. I walk up, like, I don't use any of the lingo. I'm like, yeah, I'll take a medium.
Dude, I'm the same thing. Like, if I go to Starbucks and order a drink, I'll say a medium coffee because I don't really like their espresso drinks. There is one, it's like a shaken espresso where it's just like espresso over ice and they put a little bit of milk in there. But otherwise, like, I don't order anything like a caramel frappuccino or anything like that. Caramel, and then you don't like it's gross. It's just their shit is gross. I'm used to
Starbucks is trying to burn their shots for sure.
Exactly. And fun. I hate that he brought up barista because I'm gonna fucking go off. But Starbucks, you're only supposed to, when you pour an espresso shot, you're only supposed to leave it out for I think like 6 seconds or 7 seconds. Otherwise, it expires and it's no good.
Yeah.
Starbucks let that shit sit for like 3 minutes.
Right. They have like a massive. Yeah.
Dude,
so,
Shaun, are you from Seattle, bro? How do you have all this coffee knowledge?
I was a barista for 8 years in San Francisco.
Damn, bro, you need to move to Seattle.
Here's one of those fancy baristas. I used to have a Starbucks right down the street from my old work, and I would sit in there and watch them pour the shots for me, and then I watch them count them and pour them, and then I would slam it right there. So I had perfect shots from Starbucks a few times, but there's always that one motherfucker you see when you walk in, you're like, "Fuck, dude, they're gonna burn my shit today." Yeah. And once you get it burnt, it's almost to the point where you want to turn around and just walk out because that shit's disgusting. So, yeah.
See that? Yeah, the reason I posted that is because my wife owns a coffee company, and she was the local news in Seattle brought her on today, and she was talking about.
That's awesome.
I don't know shit about coffee, and she's always talking about it. Like, just I'm always talking about theme parks. She don't give a shit about that. She's always talking about coffee. So I'll just make
plug the coffee real quick.
Yeah, it's Barrio Coffee Company, barriocoffee.com. You guys can hit her up. She's got hella good coffee. She gets her beans from Peru and Guatemala, basically a bunch of spots in like Central America, and she got a bunch of different blends. So I don't really know much about it, but you guys can check it out. Barrio Coffee Company. She got really good coffee.
Check it out, y'all. If you're coffee lovers. Too. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Going back to the park thing, what is your top 3 do's and don'ts at your top 3 parks? Like something you learned from going to the parks.
Okay. I'll leave Disneyland off the board because that's OG's expertise there, so he can have that one. I would say we'll go Animal Kingdom number 1. Actually, let's go Epcot number 1. The most we need to do a live tier list. I like that. I'm down with that soon. I would say the number 1 thing at Epcot that most people don't realize is how important it is going to the back entrance. So there's 2 entrances at Epcot, the International Gateway and then the main entrance that brings you into the front of the park. And it's fine to go through the main entrance, but it's not like this isn't Disneyland. You don't have to go through the main entrance. The International Gateway is literally brilliant because you're getting thrown into the world, into whatever they call it, world, whatever.
I don't know what to call it anymore.
Yeah, there's 4 different names. I can't even remember them. But anyways, it throws you right into, all the countries, and you can be right there for Remy's and Frozen and be the first ones there. So I would always say go through International Gateway. That's the back entrance where the Skyliner drops you off at. There's like a couple hotels there, and then there's Crescent Lake, and it's just a beautiful area. So that's my expertise to everybody. Take a bus to one or have Uber drop you off at like Beach Club or something like that, or take the Skyliner. and it drops you off right by UK Pavilion, England Pavilion. My guy Irish said. So that's my number one for Epcot. Also, just take it slow. Like, I feel like when people go to Disney, they're trying to get their money's worth, and that's fine. But Epcot's not like a run park. This isn't Disneyland where you just need to like hit every attraction. Epcot's like go slow. Get drink. Man. You're go.
No, Epcot. I will agree on you. You can't rush through Epcot. Otherwise, you're gonna fuck yourself pretty hard.
That's what I'm saying. Other parks, 100%. Like, you go to Hollywood Studios, run through that, attraction to attraction. But Epcot's just different, man. Like, you're gonna just take it in slow, and you're gonna love it way more. Like, if you go through the main entrance and you just like go straight to Spaceship Earth, 1,000 other people are doing the same thing you are. You're gonna wait half an hour for a ride that you should be doing at like 4 p.m. It's not even like an opening ride. And yeah, if you're drinking around the world, like you're gonna, especially in Florida with the shittiest weather in the world, shittiest weather ever, you're just gonna pass out by like a third country. So
I think that's the worst thing about Epcot. The worst thing about Epcot is that there's no shade anywhere. No. You're fucked, and that's from the entrance all the way to the back.
And it's massive. Yeah, massive, just concrete. Yeah, no shade. Exactly, bro. Yeah.
Shaun, I like your style though, like with the taking it easy thing. That's how I park. That's how I do theme parks too. Like I don't know. I'm all about the atmosphere and like soaking it in. And I'll even even when we went to Florida, we did a lot of stuff, but I'm even okay with like not getting on some things, and I can get on that next time and just kind of enjoying the moment. And that sounds really cheesy, right? But I like that. I like that a lot. Like Animal Kingdom, I was happy just like soaking everything in. That was just amazing.
It's especially important too if you have like a family, because I swear all these horror stories you hear of like families like, taking their 3 kids out of school and like paying all this money for their kids who, aren't even gonna enjoy it. And then they just rush, and everyone in the family breaks down. Like, obviously, a lot of us, whatever, I don't know how you guys travel, but like OG, me, we usually just travel like ourselves or, us and a significant other or whatever like that. But if you have like a family, or even if you're going with like, your grandparents or something like that, or like whatever, someone older, a big group, like you're just gonna burn people out, and then nobody's gonna be having fun. Like, especially if you're planning the trip for them, no, everyone's gonna be pissed at you because they're just gonna be exhausted, especially if you go to Florida where it's hot as hell. So my advice is just take it chill. Like, everyone, just go take a nap at your hotel if you're on property. If you're not on property, just slow down. Like, go get a drink at a restaurant, at a bar. Like, just chill. You're gonna enjoy it more. Everyone's gonna be way more happy. So I feel like people try and get too much out of a theme park, and then everyone's just pissed off by the end of the day, and they're going home by 7 o'clock, and you're missing the best part of the whole theme park, which is nighttime. So.
Yeah, and that's how I kind of felt. Like we went to Florida with the kids, and two kids under 4, and my wife, and I didn't want to be the person that has to buy a fucking wristband to get on every fucking ride. But I will shit you not, that was the best thing that I've done, and not having to rush the parks because I had times to get on those rides was genius. So you get to walk, you get to eat your food, you get to go have them just relax and play. Then you go on Winnie the Pooh. Get off when you're in line for Winnie the Pooh. After they scan your thing, you're already getting your next ride. We get off that ride, to walk around for a few minutes, go there. So the whole trip, no one got burnt out until the Epcot day, because it was like 100 degrees and they were just dying, man. I felt so bad. So we got ice cream. We're, I think, in France, and that was pretty cool. They enjoyed that. But for some reason, they had this, like, there's a wasp nest, and there was just bees everywhere. And I never see that in the parks. So it threw me off a little bit.
Honestly, it's a problem with Florida, man. The weather's just so shitty there. Like, whatever, you can try and go in March, it's probably going to be fucking freezing. You can go in October, it's going to be hot as hell, and there's going to be, tsunami and stuff. So that's the biggest problem with Florida. The weather is just horrendous, like 12 months of the year.
Oh, I was just like wet and sticky for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, you went in July, bro?
Oh, yeah. We went in July.
I can't believe you went in July. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it was nuts.
You walk outside and you're just like, this, I hate my life. Like, get me back inside.
Hey, Shaun, what park has the best food?
You talking like it's in general or a Disney park?
Just any park that you've been to.
Man, Knott's Berry Farm in SoCal has got to be up there, bro. Legitimately, like, because when I think good food, I'm also thinking like reasonable prices. And Knott's Berry Farm, you go to like Knott's, Mrs. Knott's Diner, or anything like that, just insane value for insane food. That's up there. I haven't been to Dollywood, but I heard their food's up there. Silver Dollar City in Oklahoma. Wild comment.
Luca always brings it. Actually, so does Kaylee, and maybe too. And it's all right. We had a great chat with us today, man. I
love it, bro. I love it. Epcot's for sure up there with food. Silver Dollar City, they're up there. That's in Missouri. Man, anything that's not a Six Flags park, their food's absolute trash. Yeah, anything besides Six Flags. Cedar Fair's got good food. Disney's got good food. Universal used to be trash. Universal's getting a lot better. So I'd say Universal in the last probably the last 2 years, if you hit up any of the Harry Potter restaurants, those are overpriced. But you hit up Toadstool Cafe, Universal, that's hella good. The new Minion, I don't even know what it's called, but the Minion restaurant in Florida, that's really good. So yeah, Universal the last couple of years is solid.
Yeah. No, you're right about Knott's. I actually went there for the first time in like 30 years with Theme Park Casual, and that dining plan is it was like $30 for the whole day, unlimited.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Shout out Casual, by the way. Everyone follow Casual on YouTube. Theme Park Casual.
Yeah, he's awesome. Really good guy.
Really good guy. What about you? What about you, OG? What park have you been to that has the best food?
Oh man, yeah, the Disney parks are good. I mean, the thing about the Disney parks too is you can kind of do a variety in terms of you can do the walk up thing, but then you can do the Napa Rose thing, right? And have a nice date with your loved one or whatever. So you can kind of do it all. So Disney's really good. But I was actually really impressed with Knott's. I thought their food was fantastic, dude. I mean, it was super affordable. They were giving it away. They were giving it away at $30 for that all day dining plan. It was crazy.
Holy shit.
Yeah. There's 2 Disney parks, OG. There's 2 Disney parks that have absolute trash food. Trash food. So most Disney parks I'll agree with you, but there's 2 that I won't. And I'll see if you can guess those 2.
I'm gonna say Disneyland. I'm gonna say Disneyland on one of them.
Oh no, I like Disneyland's food. I think Disneyland's food.
I'm gluten free, so it fucks up everything.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'll throw that in the
count,
bro. I don't count.
You don't count.
Hey, but Camper, to your point, gluten free is hard at any theme park. I feel like Disney's better at that than most theme parks.
Disney World,
bro, you're shit out of luck. They got nothing.
Disney World is amazing. Almost
except for one park. There's one park at Disney World that's trash food.
Is it Hollywood Studios?
Nah, I was going to include them, but they got a couple because they got Galaxy's Edge. There's a restaurant there, and they got the Woody's Lunchbox too, and Sci-Fi Diner is solid.
We went to that 50s prime time when we were down there. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that one's good too. The food's not amazing, but it's good atmosphere. No, I'm talking about Disney, bro. There's
nothing.
Magic Kingdom? Yeah, there's nothing redeemable in Magic Kingdom, bro. Nothing.
Even everyone was always raving about that Pecco's Bill, and I went there and I'm like, this is trash. It was not good. It was expensive.
You're better off going to Taco Bell and with $4.
Yep. What's the other part?
Magic Kingdom. You can bring up any restaurant to me, and I'll find a way to refute that restaurant in Magic Kingdom. There's only one that's solid. It's called Sleepy Hollow. They have the Nutella waffles with fruit on them. And that's fire. I'll give it that. That's fire. But it's a quick service, and it's only for breakfast. So
my wife had one of those and actually made her sick.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's why I saw it's just waffles. I don't know. But it looked amazing. It looked so fresh too. All the fruit and everything was really awesome.
Yeah, but Magic Kingdom's ass, and the other Disney park that has ass food is Disneyland Paris. I don't know if you guys have been out there before. I've only been out there once. But just in every single place you go in that park, you're just bro, get me out of here. Get me back to the park's perfect. I recommend anyone watching, if you can get out to Europe, go to Disneyland Paris. It's beautiful. But the food is complete ass.
How's that dragon, by the way? Kind of off topic.
Yeah, the dragon's lit, bro.
If
you can, bro, the dragon's lit for sure. Yeah. I would say if you're ever gonna go out to Disneyland Paris in 4 or 5 years, don't even look up the dragon. Just go in blind if you can, because it's crazy, bro. It'll take your breath away. I wish we had that stateside.
That's awesome.
Damn, that's dope.
Camper's question from 5 minutes ago. I have one more tip for any non-Disney park. The best way to do it, if you're going to Universal or whatever, any Six Flags park, get there hella early, because Disney fans have got onto that. Disney fans know to get there early, so it doesn't really help you. That's not caught on at other parks. If you go to Universal Hollywood, an hour from OG, or even Universal Orlando, although they're catching on a little bit, you'll be able to hit every ride. If you go to Six Flags or Knott's Berry, anything like that, bro, especially if you have young kids, get there early. You'll be able to do everything in a couple hours.
That's crazy.
Nice.
I feel like I'm always the person that thinks that way, because I always go as bright and early as I can. Yeah. And that's crazy. Speaking of food,
sure. Disney fans are onto that.
Speaking of food, what do you think about the turkey legs at Disneyland?
OG, I need your thoughts on this, bro.
I'm not a fan. Here's the thing. Couple things. I have a couple issues with this. Number one, years back, I had a few black pearls over at what was once the Cove Bar, was pretty tipsy. I got like really hungry, and that was like the first thing that like within eye shot was this turkey leg stand. I ate it, and it was just the alcohol with the turkey leg. I made me really nauseous. So I always have like that in the back of my head. Like I just go back to that. Plus, they just taste really gamey, dude. Like we were talking like pre-show about like what if they're not really turkey? Like we have our doubts, right? Because like what if it's like emu or so? They just taste really weird. They don't taste like regular turkey. I don't know.
If you're drunk and a food is still trash to you, that food is probably for sure trash.
I know, right?
Yeah,
If the alcohol
100%.
can't make the food taste good, it's probably not good. No, I'm with you, bro. Turkey legs. If you eat that's weird, bro. That's weird. That's not even like honestly, like churros aren't even really that good. But I'll still eat a churro just because it's like Disney, you know. That's not a turkey.
I
leg.
do not leave the park without a turkey leg.
Yeah, you're weird as
That's
fuck,
my
bro.
shit. That is my
bro,
shit.
weird, bro. I'm gonna have to end this call real quick.
But it could be gluten free biasy.
That's probably it too.
I can't eat a fucking chimichanga that I know I would love because they look awesome. I don't know, man.
That's true. Your options are more limited. I'll give you that. Yeah. Your options are more limited.
I know. Let's answer this question for Kiki and Luca here. He said, drinks around the world. How about girls around the world? I like the hot girls Disney brings to Escort. I mean Epcot. Do we see these hot girls at Epcot around the world? I know I've been there a few times in like Japanese pavilion and stuff. They'll bring some of the dancers out and everything, and they are a little bit on the like Disney knows how to hire people. Let's put it that way.
I'm assuming they mean pre-COVID because I don't think they brought a lot of the like international employees back post-COVID, but I don't know. Maybe they can specify. But pre-COVID, yeah, they did that a lot.
Escorts.
Yeah, it was kind of like in July. It was kind of spotty. Like Japan had the Japanese girls there and everything, but then there were other countries that they weren't from that country, so it was like kind of spotty.
OG, we know how you feel about the Japanese women. We do.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of partial. Yep. Yes, Kaylee says, "What's Epcot?"
Yeah, Epcot. I don't care who you are.
Nothing worse than like some crotch sweat or butt sweat when you're walking around Epcot in the middle of July and you're like, this is ass. No pun intended.
In Florida, it's gonna happen. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. It doesn't really happen to me in Cali, man. But you walk out of Florida, you step off that plane, it's instant, especially in the summer.
Kaylee also says, anyone been to Great America? It was so much better when it was owned by Paramount.
Yeah, I loved it when it was Paramount. So I have a shitty story, but it was awesome. They made that slime zone. I think it was like Nickelodeon slime zone. There was this little water park you can go into, and they tell you not to run. But I remember running and just fucking eating the most shit I've ever eaten and just bashing my head, pulling an OG and just fucking bashing my head. Get up. I probably have a concussion from it. I didn't know. I was a kid, and I just remember just like, whoa, fuck. And no one was around me, of course. So I just walked off and sat down for like 20 minutes. But I never will forget that moment and how stupid it is to have a fucking water park in the middle of a theme park like that. Just fucking dumb.
Yeah, I agree. Honestly, Six Flags. I mean, I'm not trying to shit on Six Flags here. I like them fine, but they'll fuck up parks. Like you have a solid park, and then
this is the other one. This is the other Great America. This is the other Great America.
Oh, this isn't Six Flags Great America.
Yeah, this is Paramount. It's who owns Knott's Berry and all them now?
Cedar Fair?
Yeah, Cedar Fair. So this is the one in
California,
Santa
Great America.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, yeah, NorCal. Oh, yeah. My bad.
Oh, no, Shaun, I'm actually curious. What are your thoughts on that? The Six Flags and Cedar Fair merger?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. I think Cedar Fair is an amazing company, and I'm not a big Six Flags fan. And luckily, they're getting the CEO from Cedar Fair, so I'm hoping that means a change for Six Flags. But if they start taking over, if they start like having Six Flags tendencies like dirty parks and just concrete everywhere, I'll be pretty pissed. But if they start taking over Cedar Fair, because Cedar Fair is the opposite. They're, at least lately, they've been really into like Knott's Berry Farm and King's Dominion and stuff, where it's really like nice, like looking. It's they have greenery and stuff. Six Flags doesn't care. They just they'll build a parking lot if it means they can put a coaster on it. So I'm hoping that it's more Cedar Fair than Six Flags. Back to Kaylee's comment, is Great America the one that's closing in like 3 years? Or am I misremembering?
Yeah, it's the one that they share the same parking lot with the 49ers. And they all fucking they all rent the fucking parking lot and this shit. But they have that what's it called? They had the Superman? No, Wonder Woman. They had that Wonder Woman RMC coaster. They're like the first ones to get that Raptor coaster or whatever. It's
Oh
called.
yeah, the single rail. Yeah.
So they had that, and then they have Gold Striker, which is their wooden coaster. Phenomenal ride.
I really want to get out there before they close because I've heard good things about it. There's a couple really good parks up in NorCal.
It's a gorgeous park. The only thing is that when I first went when it was Paramount, and then them switching over to Cedar, you are totally right. What Cedar just did to that park is they've cleaned it all up. They put bushes and trees, and just everything looks so fresh and repainted.
Yeah.
The only thing is you're still in the middle of Santa Clara. So you have all that traffic trying to get to it. It's just kind of shitty.
There's a Great America in Santa Clara?
Yeah, dude.
I didn't know that. I only went to the one in
Six Flags Vallejo?
Yeah, Vallejo.
Dude, that park is fun. If you want to talk about the shittiest park. No, Six Flags Discovery Kingdom.
Oh, Discovery Kingdom.
Yeah, that place is shitty, but they have animals, which is badass.
Yeah. There's another Cedar Fair park up in NorCal. It's called I think it's called like Gilroy Gardens or something like that. Yeah. And that's like a beautiful park. Like it's low-key like Animal Kingdom, like OG was talking about. Just super lush. And they do have a couple coasters too. I haven't been there, but that's really high up on my list.
I don't think I've been there either.
It's a kids coaster or a kids park. They do
have. I'm pretty sure they have adult rides too, don't they?
I don't know. I haven't been in years. I'll have to look.
Let me look it up. I swore one of my buddies was just there, and he said they got really good coasters. But anyways, it's owned by Cedar Fair, and it's like hella nice, like just super green and everything.
Shout out to Gilroy and some garlic. Love me some garlic. OG, what's your thoughts on garlic?
I like garlic. Yeah, I like garlic. Absolutely.
Does anybody not like garlic? That's hella weird if you don't like garlic.
Well, saying OG's doesn't age, so I was thinking he's a vampire. So I was kind of curious.
I was shocked when I heard OG's
vampire. Yeah, the only thing I don't fuck with is Parmesan. You know what I'm saying?
And mayonnaise. You don't like mayonnaise either.
Oh yeah, mayonnaise, dude. I can't do mayonnaise. No way.
Hold up. You don't like Parmesan and Camper likes the turkey legs, bro?
I know.
Bro, who are you bringing onto your streams here, bro? What in the world?
No, let me ask you this now. What's weirder? Not like a Parmesan or not liking the turkey legs?
No, not liking Parmesan's for sure weirder. That's hella weird.
Especially for being Italian, bro.
I get not liking mayonnaise. Like I like mayonnaise, but I can see why you wouldn't like it. It's kind of like a weird texture, but there's literally nothing wrong with Parmesan.
Yeah.
You can ride a garlic.
You can ride a garlic. That's great. Oh, is that over at Gilroy Gardens? That's funny.
Oh, this is a good one. Can you rank the Epcot girls by country? Some of the German women look like men.
Oh, jeez.
I gotta go Mexico number 1, bro. My wife's Hispanic, so I go Mexico women number 1. Probably go Japanese women number 2. I'll give a little shout out to OG there.
Yeah,
I think I'm probably going Norway women last, just because they're like white. It's too white for me. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what other countries are out there. Oh no, probably Canadian women are last. That's my bad. Canadian women are last for sure.
I love the Canadian Canada pavilion, and I feel like no one's ever there, so I actually get to enjoy it. That whole back part with the rocks and the water, fucking awesome.
Agreed.
Cool.
Actually, the only girl that's in the Epcot pavilion that I can think of is the girl from Home Alone. What's the mom's name in Home Alone?
Oh,
she's the one that does the Epcot
lady.
She's the one that does the Canadian pavilion thing. So I'll give her a shout out to her. She's dope. What's her name, bro?
What's your favorite land or not land? Yeah, what's your favorite land?
Catherine O'Hara. Kate.
Yeah, Catherine O'Hara. Yeah, she's in Schitt's Creek too. She's the one that does the Canada pavilion. Shout out to her. She's dope.
What's your favorite pavilion? Let's go there.
Yeah, got to be Mexico, bro. Got to be Mexico. My wife's Hispanic. Her family's from there. But even outside of that, bro, like walking into an indoor pavilion, like it was crazy. Because when I first saw that, I was thinking, oh, just the outdoor. Like that's cool. A couple restaurants, you know. But to walk inside that pavilion is crazy. That's number 1. Number 2 is probably France now. If you guys been to France recently, I know OG just went. France now is like insane because they basically have 2. They took the plot of what was going to be another country and took it over. So they basically have double countries. So shout out to France for sure. Norway's good. I mean, Frozen's a good ride. They got a couple good restaurants there. Probably my least favorite is Italy. I really like Via Napoli, the restaurant.
Basic, right?
There's nothing else to do there. Yeah, it's basic. Exactly, bro. Like there's good restaurants.
things in the middle of it, and it's you just have to go around, and then they're sitting on there, so you can't go by one way.
Right.
Fucking
There's
stupid.
no rides. There's no rides. There's no really like entertainment really like that. I mean, there's a couple, there's like a mime that's there that's pretty cool, but other than that, it's weak. Morocco's pretty weak too. Morocco's pretty weak.
Beautiful though. I think Morocco is
beautiful.
gorgeous, but it's boring unless you're going there to eat at that restaurant and get some beers or whatever.
Yeah,
you're in and out.
The Mexican pavilion is fire though. You're right, Shaun. Like you go in there, it gives off like that kind of like Blue Bayou vibes.
Yeah,
and then they got that Three Caballeros dark ride. It's great.
Do you think that
I'm a huge proponent for like just adding small rides? Like every pavilion doesn't need some big massive attraction, but you just add like a small ride, like the Coco ride. Like that's brilliant. So that really brings up a pavilion to me. It's hard to like really love a pavilion if it doesn't have a ride or at least like a show or at least like a movie or something.
Right. But see, the thing is, you're gonna that's always the thing, and I know OG always says this too. Is like you're taking away, you're not adding to the parks. You're just putting something in place of something else. So I feel like we need to start adding and adding. Yeah, I would love to see Coco in there, but give me Coco and let me keep my Three Caballeros. Which I don't think there's any room. I agree.
I didn't mean to say that should be Coco. Yeah, agreed. I just mean like if you can add something small, like there's a couple pavilions. I think like the Japan one might be one. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but that has land behind it where like they were going to do a ride at some point. Or like if you go to the Germany pavilion, there's like a wall that's basically just covering up what was going to be like a dark ride. Just add a small ass dark ride, even if it's like a minute long. Like they were going to add, I don't know if you guys heard, but they were going to add the basically an indoor teacups ride to UK, and it's going to be themed to Mary Poppins. And like everyone was all pissed off, like, oh, like who cares? We don't need a little spinner ride. Like, and I agree, I don't really do spinner rides, but just adding a dark ride that has theme to a pavilion, like that eats crowds, that gives kids something to do. It's something new to see for people who go to Epcot a lot, like, and it just adds to the pavilion. So I think every pavilion should add like a small little ride and just theme it hella well, like just theme it crazy.
No, you're absolutely right, Shaun. And that's kind of the divide, though, right, between like the normies and like the diehard fans, like the nerds like us, right? Because we in our little community, they're like, no, man, it's not grand enough. It's just this little spinner ride. But the normies would eat that Mary Poppins ride up, dude.
Yeah,
they would eat it up.
And that's genius, bro, because there's no Mary Poppins, so you can advertise that. Yeah, Kaylee brings up a great point. The Japan still has like room where there's going to be the loading dock for the Mount Fuji roller coaster. Even if it's just a small coaster, bro, like bring in like a coaster like what's that new coaster they brought into Hong Kong, the frozen one? What do they call that?
Oh yeah, the Oaken sleds or something.
Oaken's wandering sleighs or sliding sleighs or something. Just bring something like that in, like Haley's saying, it doesn't have to be like a massive like Matterhorn. Just do like a mini Matterhorn and put it behind Japan. That'd be incredible. That'd be to Mount Fuji. That'd be elite.
Oh,
that'd be sick.
You can still theme it to Mulan too.
Yeah, for sure.
Wrong country though.
Oh shit! Damn. Can we reverse? Oh fuck, we're live.
We can get a China ride though. Theme it that to Milan.
Yeah. There we go. That's what I meant.
You can theme a coaster in Japan to like Big Hero 6 because that's like half. That's half Japan.
But it's Marvel technically, so are they gonna have some fucking weird ass rights that they can't
good
use?
point. They might out in East Coast. That's true.
That's true.
I got a question for all you guys. Which park has the best rides? At like all of them. Like all the rides are better than this park. You know what I'm saying? What do you think? Any parks you guys been to? Like what park do you think has the best rides? Theme park.
That's tough, dude. 'Cause I'm a roller coaster junkie, so Magic Mountain has some of the best roller coasters, but that park's shitty as fuck. So it's kind of like a weird vibes.
I think Disneyland
Fairy Farm is a really good example of both because you have you have 3 dark rides, but you also have a bunch of coasters, like Camper said, and it's a clean park. So Knott's is a good example of both, but it's got to be Disneyland, man. I mean, you got coasters there, you got dark rides, you got spinner rides, you got family rides, you got everything.
Everything.
Damn, that's true. What about you?
It checks all the boxes.
What about you, OG?
Oh yeah, no, I'm going with Disneyland. Yeah, I mean it has the best variety. Like Shaun was saying, you have your coasters. You got like Space Mountain, Big Thunder. You got your family dark rides. You got you just have everything, spinners.
Yeah,
anything you want. You have kind of like the ambiance rides, like the railroad, the Disneyland Railroad.
To be honest, even before Galaxy's Edge, I think objectively Disneyland had the best rides in the world. And then you add one of the greatest theme park rides ever built, and then another solid ride. Like, yeah, it's for sure number one.
So did you like Rise of the Resistance?
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. I think it's incredible. Is anyone not?
I think George didn't like it, right? OG or someone.
George likes it. No, George doesn't like the other one. Smugglers. Right?
Oh, yeah, the other one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm not gonna say ass because that's just being dramatic for clicks, but the other one is insanely disappointing, in my opinion.
We're clipping that then, anyways.
Every ride is ass. If you go to your ass.
Now, out of all,
Millennium Falcon, the queue is incredible, and I'm a huge queue fan, so like I love that. And honestly, like it's super unique ride experience. Like I love doing it one time, but by the time you've done it like 3 times, you're like, what the hell am I even doing? This is
Tony, I'm gonna cut you off real quick because I need to jump on this.
Good.
Rank your top 3 queues.
All right, that's fine. Any park? Shit. That's
any Disney park. Any Disney park.
All right, OG, you go ahead and talk about Millennium Falcon real quick, and I'll come up with my top 3.
All right, so Millennium Falcon. Here's the thing. Okay, for me, it's not the greatest experience because I'm claustrophobic. You know what I'm saying? So those ride vehicles are just not for me. And really, the only time you ever have a good experience on that attraction is if you're the pilot.
Yeah.
If you're in the back, it's kind of booty cheeks, right? You're just kind of like you're facing the wall. It's just if you're like the engineer, can't do it. You know.
Yeah.
And the frustrating thing about Millennium Falcon is that it had so much potential. That attraction could have been the GOAT. It could have been the most amazing thing.
It does have potential.
Yeah. Switch up the missions or something, right?
Yeah,
like add something,
ASAP. Yeah.
I
got my top 3 camper. I agree with what OG said too about Falcon. All right, this was tough because I want to give shout outs to like smaller rides, but unfortunately you got to go big when you're going top 3 because that's only 3 spots. So the top 3 is Forbidden Journey, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey.
Oh, we're going Disney. We're going Disney.
Oh, only Disney? Shit. All right.
Disney. Yeah.
Indiana Jones in Disneyland, number 1 for sure. Number 2 is going to be only Disney's tough. Number 2 is going to be Tower of Terror in Hollywood Studios. That queue is elite, and you get a little pre-show. Number 3, man, this is a little underrated one, but I'm gonna go Pirates of the Caribbean at Magic Kingdom. The ride is way worse in Disneyland, but that queue is elite, bro. Like it really puts you in the mood. The even better than that is Disneyland Paris, Pirates of the Caribbean, but I know a lot of people haven't been out to Paris, so and I'll give a special shout out to Toy Story Mania at Walt Disney World too. That's a good queue at Hollywood Studios.
So I'm gonna throw one at you that I don't know if you went through your list, but Roger Rabbit.
Oh,
yeah, that's a good one. I'll give you that. My problem with Roger Rabbit is you sitting there. Ever since they introduced, gave that ride a fast pass, you just sit in there, and it's dope if you're like there for like in each section for a minute, but you sit in that queue and it's hella small too. That's my only problem with it.
They trick you right when you walk in. You're like, "Oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna go on the ride." And you're like, "No, bitch."
Nope.
No, camper. If you're walking through that queue, or even if it's like early morning, I'll give you that. That's an elite queue. It's just got a couple cons that suck for sure.
It's a good one. Oh, go ahead.
I just got a quick question. Do you consider for Rise of the Resistance? Do you consider from when you first enter to when you sit down on your seat? Do you consider that a queue?
So for me, this is a good question that I don't think has a set answer. Like I think you could argue either way, and I could see that side. What I do for mine, because whenever I do my rankings, I time the things. So for me, if the pre-show moves, I include it as part of the ride. So like Haunted Mansion, when you're going down in the elevator, I include that as part of your ride. And then if it's backed up when you get off the elevator, then that stops the queue. So the same as Rise of the Resistance, when you get on the ship and you're moving, I count that as part of the ride. Same with the stormtroopers, even though you're not moving. But yeah, it's a good question, bro. Like if you're talking about Tower of Terror, or you're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy at Disneyland, when you're in the room with the movie, is that like you're watching a show? Is that part of the ride or not?
Yeah, what are your thoughts on pre-shows? I think they did Guardians of the Galaxy. They just did way too many pre-shows for that. But I understand
talking about the one in Disneyland or the one in Walt Disney World?
Disney World. Sorry, not Guardians of the Galaxy. Cosmic Rewind.
Cosmic Rewind. Yeah. It does seem like one too many, but I almost wonder if they had to.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because it just eats so many people and their queue is pretty small. But yeah, I don't mind the first pre-show, and honestly, I wouldn't mind both of them. But the one with Terry Crews is a little bit too long, and the one once you get past the second one, you just sit in that hallway for like 20 minutes. That part sucks. Yeah. OG, did you ride Cosmic Rewind when you're in Florida? I know you kind of get motion sick.
I did. Yeah, no, I did. I did ride it. And that ride a lot more intense than I was expecting. Like it's kind of like the Big Thunder goat trick, like over and over again, right? Because they spin you, and it kind of hits you differently. It was crazy.
Yeah. Hell yeah, I agree.
It was crazy. What do you think about that
Jumbo
one,
cues
Shaun?
in the rain. Yeah, that's a good cue. The problem is you're getting dumped on, but I guess there's an overhang a little bit, isn't there? The Jungle Cruise queue is good on both coasts, but man, that's just like Roger Rabbit. You just that's like moving like a sloth in those queues, man. You're just stuck forever, but they're good queues on their own.
Yeah, especially when you get stuck on the top part, you're like,
yeah bro. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah. I thought Cars queue should have been way better than it was. Like
it's interesting though. It kind of see, the thing is, I always do fast pass now, or when I could do fast pass. So I only stood in the actual queue like once, and it was kind of cool. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I agree, Tone. It is a little bit of a letdown, but I kind of put it with like the Slinky Dog Dash queue in Florida, where like it sucks because you're never moving. But if you go into it at night or even first thing in the morning when it's like slower and there's hella ambiance, it's actually really nice because when you're in the queue for Radiator Springs Racers, it doesn't feel like you're in a theme park. It's like being in Galaxy's Edge. You're like legitimately engulfed in another world. So it sucks that it's like, there's not that much to look at. Like that part's a little bit of a letdown, but they did a great job of like bringing ambiance. Like you really feel like you're somewhere else. So if you can go like late at night, my tip for those rides is if you go after closing, there's no more Genie Plus, there's no more Fast Pass because those stop right when the park closes. So if you hop in line for Racers or whatever, any ride that has Fast Pass at like a minute before closing, you're not dealing with Fast Pass people. So you're only going through the regular queue. So that's a great way to like get on in 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And you're like, that's when the queue becomes enjoyable. When you're in that queue, like Tone said, for like 2 hours, yeah, it's trash.
Yeah.
I think I need to try it in what's it called? Blue Steel? I think he froze himself in Blue Steel.
Oh shit! I didn't even notice. That's a hell of a.
He's like, he looks like a superhero right now. What the
Watch it not in the video. He just froze like.
I know. In real life.
So
OG said he was having internet problems, guys. So
yeah, that's true.
Bear with him.
This is cool because this is what I wanted because I think we have the same mindset as far as like wanting and loving certain things that people don't really look into as much. And it comes down to that, especially like on Indiana Jones. I can remember the first time I rode that ride. The first time I brought Tones to ride that ride and just how phenomenal and awesome it is. And it's always one of those where I don't want to sit in that queue forever, but that queue is so beautiful that I'm okay sitting in it. And that's how I think all these queues need to be. If I can sit there for an hour and just chill, I think it's a perfect queue.
Yeah, and it completely changes like the satisfaction of the ride too, because like Peter Pan at Disneyland has like the worst queue on earth, and it makes you
45 minutes every time.
Yeah, and it makes you like less thankful for the ride. Like you get off and you're like, whatever, fuck the line. But if you ride it in Disney World where there's like an elite queue, it makes the ride better because you're just like like you said, camper, like you're in a better mood, like you're okay chilling there. Whereas like the worst queues is like Peter Pan at Disneyland or Storybook Land canal boats at Disneyland. Or like anything that's just like chains, like chain links back and forth, it makes you like legit annoyed at the ride. And anything at Six Flags, like it just makes you annoyed. Yeah. But if you can enjoy, actually, I won't give too much slack to Six Flags. They actually have a couple really good queues, shockingly enough. Not at Magic Mountain in California, but some of the other parks like in Texas have good queues. But yeah, bro, if you can sit in a good queue, like not only does it enhance the ride, but it just puts you in a better mood. It makes you more willing to wait longer. So I'm with you. Every park. And it's not even expensive. Like when you talk about attractions, the thing that's expensive is the ride. Queues are not that expensive.
Well, look at the what's that pavilion? The Seasons Pavilion. Is that what it's called? Or Seasons?
Oh, and you're talking about Epcot?
Yeah, I think that one's just
the land.
It's always so packed. And the land. It's just that's another switchback, and you're kind of like, well, fuck, dude. Then you get on the ride, and you're like, oh shit, this is awesome. But they could have done so much more than that. Even the Soarin', getting into Soarin' on there just sucks.
Yeah, Soarin's an ass queue at Disneyland too because you lose cell service. And there's like a good part of the queue, that first room, but you never sit in there. They put you in that dark hallway where there's no cell service. You're like, there's literally nothing to look at. So Soarin's like one of the worst queues for sure.
You know what was surprising first time I saw it, I'm like, dude, this shit's elite. Was Ariel's Grotto, or not Ariel's Grotto? What's the ride called? Ariel's under.
Oh, Little Mermaid.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Ariel's Undersea Adventure.
That's it. In Florida.
Bro, at Florida, that queue is amazing.
Is solid.
Yeah,
that is solid.
Agreed. If you have a queue where you could just like sit in and be like, I'll just chill here and eat lunch or something like that, then that's a good queue.
That's a good spot.
So I don't know if you've seen the episodes where I went on OGs. I've only been at Disneyland twice my whole life, and as an adult. So when I first went, I went with Candid. He took me for my first time, and we went to the queue for Indiana Jones, and there was so much like interaction with that queue. It made the experience on the ride just phenomenal. Like it was such a great ride. When he pulled the fucking stick in the middle of the cave, scared the shit out of me. The bamboo, and then he asked one of the workers for the cards, the translating cards, so you can see or translate the things on the wall.
Yeah.
And what's the other one? The dude who's like you can hear him. It sounds like he's in a box or something like that.
The guy that's inside the well.
Yeah, you pull the rope and he's down below.
Yeah, there you go. That and then just the aesthetics of everything, like the little cage thing with all that shit was so fucking sick, and it made the ride 100% better. Like
I love to hear that, bro. I love to hear that because sometimes when you're like, I mean, this is true for any fandom, but when you're super into the fandom and like all your friends are too, you don't hear those experiences that much. Everyone's just bitching about everything. It's the same with any fandom. It's not just theme parks. Any Star Wars, whatever. Like everyone just bitches, but hearing that experience of like someone like new experiencing it makes you realize how great it is. So that's dope.
Oh yeah.
So rank the Walt Disney World Resort hotels. So you don't have to do all of them. If you want to do your top 3, maybe.
So I actually have a full ranking of that on my channel, but I'll do like my least favorite 2 and then my top 3 because what I've realized when you do rankings is people don't care about the middle. They care about like what your favorites are and like what you're shitting on because that's like what's entertaining. So I'll give you my worst restaurant, my worst resorts at Disney World. All-Star Sports is for sure my last place one. I actually like the other All-Stars. The All-Star Sports are like the value hotels. They're the cheap ones. And I like to travel value, so I'm not hating on that. All-Star Sports is just shitty, and it's where Disney puts all the they put all the like the cheerleading competitions and stuff. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like the competitions. So like anytime there's like a cheerleading competition or like a baseball competition or whatever, they put all the kids there. So the atmosphere just sucks, bro. Like if you get unlucky with one of them, like you're not sleeping and you're not going to the pool because it's overrun with kids. You're not eating because all the kids are there. So sports is in last place because they just put all the competitions there and it really sucks. Another one, I wouldn't say last place, but overrated. Like I'm not as big of a fan as other people are is Grand Floridian, which is right by Magic Kingdom. It's hella nice. I just don't think Slimer's comment. I'm dead, bro. I actually kind of like some of the All-Stars. I like All-Star music, but he's right about some of the value resorts. But yeah, bro, I'm a shit on Grand Floridian. It's a nice resort. Like it's pretty. It's just hella expensive for no reason. It's like $800. The rooms are not even that nice. There's nothing about it that's like super unique. Like if you're paying more than like $300, the resort needs to be hella unique. And there's just nothing there. It just looks like if you guys have been to California, you've been to Hotel Del Coronado, it's just like that, but like not as nice. The pools are average. It's got a good location. You can see fireworks and that's cool, but you can visit that without staying there. So it's not like a bad resort, but if you're factoring in price, it's not worth it.
Price point, yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's what I was kind of saying. I like clean and easy. I'm not a hotel person. So what I looked for when I went to Disney World for the first time was that bus transportation. If it's going to take me directly to the park that I want to get to, and I don't have to worry about going and skipping around, then I'm in. So I think we end up staying at, Pop Century.
Yeah, Pop Century.
Before they did the remodels on the new rooms. Yeah. So I was like, all right, cool. But guess what? I slept. I woke up, got at the park right on time, right when it opened, and left the park, went to bed. And that's all I give a fuck about.
Well, bro, if that's your big thing, then then one of my top 3 is, I mean, your reasoning is one of it, and that's Beach Club, because I agree with you. The problem is I hate those goddamn buses at Disney World, bro. Like you can get lucky and be fine, but sometimes you're waiting 45 minutes, for a bus and you don't know when it's coming. So I agree with you in getting there closely, but I hate the buses. But with Beach Club, you can literally walk to the back of Epcot, literally within like less than 5 minutes. You can walk to Hollywood Studios. You can take a boat to Hollywood Studios. You can take the Skyliner to Hollywood Studios, and you can walk to Epcot and then monorail to Magic Kingdom. So basically, the only park you have to take a bus to is Animal Kingdom. The other 3 parks, including Crescent Lake, which is like a great spot to be, you can walk to. So Beach Club has the best pool on property. It's called Stormalong Bay. if you have kids or you just like water parks and pools, it's basically a mini water park. Like it's elite, and it doesn't get super overcrowded because they wristband people to get in. So like if you go to another pool at Disney, basically anybody that's staying on property can just walk in there. They don't really check, but they put wristbands on at Stormalong Bay because it's so popular. So you have to be staying on property. So unless the resort is overcrowded, the pool is going to be open. So Beach Club, because of how close it is, it's just a cool resort. It's kind of like it seemed to like Maine, like the state. I don't know what the word for that is. There's a word for it anyways, but so it's hella chill. It's just cool to be at. So that's like top 3. And then the top 2, 1 and 2 for sure is Animal Kingdom, Jumbo House. Anytime I can be at a resort and feel like it's a theme park, like that's going to get credit. You can see the animals. Like you can literally spend a day there. You can hang out at the safari. Plus, when you get the deluxe resorts, especially some of the nicer ones, they have like tennis courts, basketball courts, like barbecue, and the pool is hella nice. So Jumbo House. And then number 1 is Polynesian. That's the one right across Seven Seas Lagoon overlooking Magic Kingdom. It's not super unique, and it is a little bit overpriced. Bro, hanging out there at night, like you just feel like you're in another
food's
world.
really good.
Bro, the food is incredible. Yeah, some of the best food. It's got some of the best bars. It's got Trader Sam's, which is like an elite bar.
Yep.
Just the atmosphere, bro. You can just chill on the like water and feel like you're somewhere else. So yeah, I'm a big fan of atmosphere. It's a little overpriced, but you can like rent Disney Vacation Club points. You can get it for like $400 a night, $350 if you're super smart. So yeah,
that's not bad, especially for what that is. I love tiki shit too. I don't know what it is, but I just love anything that has to do with tiki shit. I'm good.
Hell yeah! You've been to Trader Sam's?
So I walked in and walked
I love this
out.
story. I love this story.
Whatever, bro. Anyways, so yeah, we walked in, walked out. So the one in Disneyland? It's still Trader Sam's, right? Disneyland?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
So I think the Disneyland one's called like Trader Sam's, like
Grotto?
Tiki Bar or something like that, and then the one in Florida is Trader Sam's Grog Grotto,
Okay.
something like that.
Some shit. Okay. Yeah. So I was like, cool. I'm gonna go. We're gonna get a sandwich. I'm gonna cut this really, make it super fast. So we were gonna go. We were gonna get a sandwich from there. They had some kind of like barbecue shit that I wanted to try. Walked all the way around fucking Disney California Adventure because I went the wrong way. So walked a long ass way. It took us like 40 minutes to get there.
I've heard this, bro. Did you share this on OGs? Yeah, I've heard this
did.
story.
Yeah, and it wasn't fucking gluten free when I got there. And
yeah, bro, I heard that story. You walked all the way around on the outside. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it
I can't believe you had to do that. That's a crazy ass walk.
It is. But hey, we learned our lessons, and now I know I can't eat there, and I should have checked and done my research, which is crazy. I do all my fucking research.
The time. Yeah.
So, every time that
I would think that they would have gluten-free options. I can't believe they don't.
It was the teriyaki sauce, I believe it was.
Oh, damn.
I think it was the burger. It was like teriyaki sauce and has like a pineapple piece on there and a couple other things. I don't know. I love shit like that, but obviously I can't eat it. So speaking of Disneyland food, what is your go-to restaurant? Like what is not restaurant, but what's your go-to thing you have to get? So like mine says the turkey leg. What do you have to get every time you're there?
Definitely not the goddamn turkey leg, bro. You're crazy. Tony, have you tried the turkey leg?
Yes. When the first time I went with him, he made me buy it. It felt like I was chewing on fucking leather. But and then I got like halfway through it and I was like, dude, I can't do this no more. Like it was.
I'll let you know, bro. 90% of the community hates those damn turkey legs. Camper's one of the few there.
Yes.
You gotta get them when they're fresh and they're dripping the oil through the bag. That's the best, dude.
Shit,
that's crazy. Bro. You're wild for that, bro. My go-to though at Disneyland, bro, is actually it's changed a little bit. Pre-COVID, it was Rancho del Zocalo, and it's the Mexican restaurant in Frontierland. Pre-COVID,
that's a great value.
They had
such a great value.
Yeah, bro, and they used to have a secret menu pre-COVID, and I forget what it was called. I think it was called like the Zocalo burrito. But basically, it's not on the menu, and you ask for it, and they just put every single thing they have in the burrito, like every meat, every like rice, beans, everything, bro. Pico de gallo. They don't do it anymore post-COVID, and it got more expensive. And they added this dumbass mobile order, so you like half the restaurant is only like a walk-in now, and it really messed the restaurant up. So Rancho del Zocalo is not what it used to be.
That sucks.
Number one, bro, I'm a huge fan of Flo's Cafe, Flo's V8 Cafe in Cars Land. It's not like the number one food, but it's the number one ambiance. Like if you sit on the back, bro, and there's always seating. Like that's not true at Disneyland, but there's always seating at Flo's, and you can sit on like the back end. They have hella good milkshakes. The food's not like elite, but it's great. the best food that we always hit is Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta. It's on the backside, like if you're walking past Pixar Pier to right next to the swings.
Okay,
bro,
yep.
like, the best pasta you can get a literal like huge bowl of pasta for like $11, and that's so rare at Disneyland, and it's like high quality. It'll fill you up. Their pizza's overpriced, like it's like $8, not that good, but they have great salads and great pasta. So that's like my go-to for sure.
George has a hookup at the Boardwalk Pizza.
Oh yeah, in
Why?
Disney World.
Oh no, you're talking about Boardwalk in Florida, I think. You're talking about his hookup.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the Boardwalk in Florida. That's the Boardwalk Bakery.
Yeah, he has. Yeah,
George is thrilled over there. Were you guys on that? You guys were on that, right? When he shared that? Yeah.
Oh my god, that was funny, bro.
I think you hit on the head with that. So I still don't understand why they haven't erased that area, and that's where Coco should be. They put Coco all the time, just so they could do a Mexican restaurant, and they can give you a Coco ride and have it in that little nook in that corner, and it will.
Hell yeah, and it's already like, bro, it's already set up for Coco, so you're 100% spot on. Yes. I don't know why they don't do it already, because they do Dia de los Muertos in Feliz Navidad, I think, or no, that's Christmas, but they do the Dia de los Muertos. There's a name for it. Plaza de Familia, I think, is the name, and it's all Coco, and like nobody likes Goofy Sky School. It's a trash ride. You have the trash.
Tony loves it.
Oh, Tony, bro, you're killing me.
Which one?
Goofy Sky School, dude.
Oh fuck no! Did you hear that story?
No, did you share it on that channel? Maybe I did on that video.
So long story short, it was me, Candid, his brother, and his
dad.
We're all okay. Yeah, we pretty much almost died for that shitty fucking ride.
Yeah, bro, no, that ride. Yeah, but you have like the Sunglass Hut sitting there that nobody shops at. You have the Corn Dog Castle, which is literally ass corn dogs when you have great corn dogs across at Disneyland. So there's a bunch of like, and then you have the Golden Zephyr, which is like, I know it's a small space, but bro, you tear that down, make it a Coco dark ride, and then like you said, Camper, with the Mexican restaurant, just make that Coco. Like, bro, that's perfect.
Solid. And you know what they would do? They would just change those fucking Zephyr things to whatever those animals are. There's little, I can't remember what they're called, but you know,
Alebrijes.
Yeah, that's all they'll do, and they'll go around the circle. But that's
my dog's name is Dante because he's an Alebrije, so I'm all
awesome.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
To answer Michael's question, I have not been there since June of last year, so about 6 months ago, and we went, and it was great. You know, it's just opened recently. It's only been open like a year. It used to be called the Wave or something like that, and I wasn't a big fan of the Wave, but Steakhouse 71's solid. It's at the Contemporary.
The price is good too, right? Like,
the price is great. They have one of the best burgers on property and hella good service. So, Michael, I mean, I haven't been since June, which is like, 7 months ago. But when I went, it was fantastic. And everyone seems to still love it. So, yeah, it's solid. Damn, Simon, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
That's something I always, like, as a kid, that, you know, I loved meeting Goofy and all that. And it's like a staple. But there's other ways to have breakfast and meet them in the park. Like, you can go to not Golden Horseshoe. What's the other? Right when you walk in on Main Street.
Plaza.
Yeah, Plaza? You can go there and meet them all in the morning, and it's half the price. Still expensive, but it's not a buffet. But who cares? Just have the kids meet them. That's all
solid because you're not like you're getting to meet the characters, but you're also like getting to experience the ambiance of Disney. So like if you go to like an indoor restaurant where you're only meeting characters, you're not getting atmosphere. Like you're just paying for the food and the characters, so it better be goddamn good food. But with the Plaza Inn breakfast, it's the only time it's a sit-down restaurant, because for lunch and dinner, it's like a quick service basically, and you get the ambiance. Like you get to see the castle, you get to see like people walking down Main Street and stuff. So I'm with you. Plaza Inn breakfast, bro, is a really solid one.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on like award wieners? I know a lot of people in the chat asked that before.
I don't know what the consensus is, so I don't know if this is hot or not. But I think award wieners is solid, bro. I think they got good ass dogs, and I'm a hot dog fan, bro. I think they got good ass dogs.
Over Casey's?
Casey's is solid. Casey's is probably better because it's a staple. It's like, you know, right on Main Street. So Casey's is probably better, but Casey's is also like hella busy, so it's hard to get, you know, service there. Award wieners is like, you know, you can usually get mobile order right away. Also, Award wieners right next door has it's called Schmoozies.
Oh yeah,
super underrated, bro. They have hella good drinks, and if you're eating alcohol, they just started adding alcohol to their drinks too. You can add. So Schmoozies is incredible, bro. They got amazing shakes, and like you said, Camper, they're hella big too. So yeah, I mean they're both good though.
I got a really good question. A couple years ago, this is one of those. We can answer this how you want. A couple years ago, you posted a video of Splash Mountain, and you said
Oh yeah,
5
on YouTube.
reasons. Yeah, 5 reasons why you think it's amazing. So we're gonna now come 3 years in the future. Do you still think that that's your video is valid, or do you have some changes that you would do?
That was really 3 years ago.
Yeah,
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Oh shit! I don't know if I can answer that question until the ride's open, to be honest, because I think so much. I think so much of whether it was a good idea or not comes down to how good the new ride is. I think one of my main points was that Splash Mountain was in terrible condition. So I think that still stands because I mean, even if they weren't going to close Splash and reopen it as something else, it needed to close for like a year and just get a full like revamp. So that point still stands. The second point that they can't advertise it still stands because Disney loves their synergy, bro. Disney will put in, like you said, Tampa with Epcot, like they'll throw in Mulan if they can, and you just can't advertise Splash anymore because people don't know what that is. So that still stands. I think that I would have preferred if they kept Splash and built Tiana somewhere else. I think right now that's probably where I'm at with that. If they kept Splash and could have built Tiana's like Tiana something somewhere else, I think that would have been better. I think now where I'm at, my ideal would have been if Walt Disney World kept their Splash open and Disneyland closed to Tiana. Because I don't like cloned rides because I get to go to both coasts, so I don't like riding things twice. And I think Disney World's Splash was better than Disneyland's. Disneyland's was in terrible quality and just the story didn't make any sense. Like, whereas you ride it in Disney World and the story actually made hella sense.
you have a better hill there too. You have like that weird little
yeah, exactly. And also like Tiana's Bayou Adventure makes sense in like New Orleans Square, basically where it's going next to, whereas it doesn't really make sense as much sense anyways in Magic Kingdom. So I think where I'm at now is I would have rather Disney World kept Splash and Disneyland made Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I think that's where I'm at. But we'll see when the ride opens. It could be shit. At first, if the ride's shit, then it sucks. If the ride's incredible, then it's great, you know?
And at first, I sat there, I'm like, this is stupid as fuck. Why are you doing that? Blah, blah. Thinking it now, I'm like, cool. I think this is actually cool. I think it can work, especially in that area. I wish it was the original storyline. I think it just would have made more sense and made everyone happy. What I don't like about this whole thing is that the restaurant, Hungry Bears, that should have been Tiana's.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, that should have been Tiana's palace or food palace, whatever. Yeah. It's 3 stories. It would have been massive. It would look good. Yeah. You could have looked out over everything. It would have been a perfect location for it. But instead, they once again just put it in the middle of the fucking hardest land to get through, and it's just packed.
So, they got lazy. They got lazy because if they would have switched Hungry Bear, they would have had to have changed the kitchen over because right now Hungry Bear just does like chicken strips and stuff. So it's a lot like it's a smaller kitchen. So basically, they'd had to have done a bigger kitchen, and they just got lazy. They just didn't want to do that. So yeah, I'm with you on that.
That's crazy. And so yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. Got to wait till we ride it. The whole thing with Disney World, though, what's your thoughts on that going into Frontierland?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I mean, Splash Mountain didn't really fit either, but Splash Mountain had the advantage of it being iconic. Like you knew that it was there because it's been there for so long. So I think in like 15 years, Tiana's will be totally fine because like the kids coming up now, that's just what they'll know. But it's going to be jarring at first. I think they almost needed to do some sort of like mini land, bro. Like if they build, like they've been talking about building beyond Big Thunder, like adding another land. If they added another land and put Big Thunder with the new land and then put Tiana's with something else, I think it would be better. But yeah, it's not as good of a fit as Disneyland, that's for sure, bro.
So are you more on board with these mini lands versus like Disneyland's Fantasyland where it has 50 different rides that are all fantasy rides?
No, I would prefer the Disneyland route. But I also understand that that's not really possible anymore. Like if you go to Universal, they don't have that. Like every single land now, except for one, Lost Continent, is just an IP land. And so I understand that that's just not really possible. I think ideally it would be a mix of both. Like I think Star Wars Galaxy's Edge works perfectly, and that's an IP. I think it works perfectly. But also like it's not just Star Wars, it's also like another planet, you know, like they made a new planet, if you know what I'm saying? Like they created Batuu. So when it comes to like Toy Story Land, like I feel like that's like not, enough. It should be like, I don't know what the hell you'd call it. I guess
I'm the opposite. I hate that Disneyland got Star Wars. I think that should have stayed. Yeah, like you said, cloning lands and rides. I think that should have stayed in Florida because they could have kept building on top of that, and then gave Disneyland an expansion on Fantasyland, and gave us those 3 little mini lands. Give us a Frozen, which I'm not a huge Frozen fan, but seeing what they did overseas, fuck yeah, bring it on. Give us that. Give us some Peter Pan again. Bring those big things back that everyone loves instead of one giant land that's kind of. It's just too big of a land. Maybe if they went half that land, I think we would have been okay.
I do agree with you on the clones, bro. I agree with you. Like, when I go to Florida, I don't even give a shit about Galaxy's Edge because I can do it in California or vice versa. So I'm with you. They shouldn't have done that. I would have preferred a third park. Like, you make a third park and call it like, I don't know, like Space Park or some shit like that, and you can have Star Wars and then like, do whatever other like future Disney space stuff. So I'm with you there for sure. I more so meant like Star Wars. It fits well because they built it not just around Star Wars. Like, they built a planet. But I'm with you that it would have been better just doing something else. But with what they did, it worked good.
All right.
Kaylee's question is that's not even remotely close. One of those is legitimately the worst attraction Disney's ever built and absolute trash and needs to be demolished right away. And the other is like solid, good enough, like fun ride.
I don't know which way you're gonna go with it because I feel kind of.
It's not obvious.
I feel a little weird about this one. No, Speedway is just in the middle of the hot fucking sun. The cars stink like ass, and it's a circle with no trees or anything to look at. Cali River Rapids, gorgeous. That queue is gorgeous. That fucking ride is gorgeous. I love more thrills, but personally, I think it's a little more tame than Grizzly River Run. But gorgeous ride. That whole area in Asia, fucking top notch.
Yeah, bro. No, Tomorrowland Speedway is ass. The only pro is that you can say kids can ride it, but it's in the park with the most kids rides. So you literally do not need it. Like, it takes up so much space. It's not futuristic at all, like literally at all. It's not. The queue is complete ass. It sounds hella annoying. It makes everything around it worse. That's facts. Kaylee's. That's truth right there. Yeah, it is. So I don't know how that still survived. I have no idea.
Speaking of speedways, what's your thoughts on taking Nemo, taking Autopia, and then that whatever that building that no one ever remembers the name? The fuck's that building called? See, I can't remember the name of the building.
Launch Bay, I think.
Launch, whatever that launch thing is. Taking that, ripping that out. Would you go Tron clone?
I wouldn't go Tron clone because I don't like clones. I don't want. I was low-key not even loving Tron coming to Disney World, even though I'll probably not get to Shanghai in 10 years. I still didn't love them getting a clone, but I was okay with it because Shanghai's on the other side of the damn world and no one goes to China. So no, I wouldn't want them to. I wouldn't want them to close it in Disneyland or clone it in Disneyland. It's just too close. It's a 5-hour flight away, and that's like a massive ride. No, I wouldn't want it.
So what if they say Avatar?
I don't love it, but I would prefer it to what we have now.
Okay.
If the Avatar is unique from Pandora, so I don't want Na'vi River Journey unless it's a completely different like River Journey, then that's fine. And I don't, even though I love it, I don't want Flight of Passage unless it's like completely different because I just don't want clones. I'd rather have a unique ride there. So I would take Avatar over Tron, but Tron's more futuristic than Avatar. Like, I get Avatar's like, kind of futuristic, but it's mostly just like another planet.
Did you like the Tron ride?
Yeah, Tron ride's incredible. Yeah. Yeah, it's in my top 5 coasters. I think it's number 5 on the dot in the world right now. I loved it. It's a little bit too short, and the operations are a little bit of a mess, but it's a beautiful ride. Beautiful ride. Yeah, it's overhyped. To Michael's comment, it is overhyped. The problem is it's so hard to get on right now. Like, you have to either buy a lightning lane, which is absurd. You should never have to pay for a ride, or you have to wait like an hour and a half. Or no, you can't even wait right now. You have to get a virtual queue, right? So in that regard, it's overhyped. But if you can get on and like take all that out of your brain, it's a great ass ride because it's like it does a really good job of like building the hype. Like, you walk up and you like see it and you start getting pumped, and then you do the pre-show, which is like, I don't want to spoil it, but basically the pre-show like opens up so you see the ride. It's crazy, bro. Like, it gets you hyped. So.
I think it has a I think it's overhyped because it's kind of getting overshadowed by Guardians. Because or not Guardians, I keep saying Gardens. Yeah, Cosmic Rewind.
Yeah.
Because you have both of those, and you're like, fuck, which one? If you had to spend the money to get on one, you're gonna go to Cosmics. But I will say that walking up to that ride and seeing how fucking big it is and how they just had it all intertwined, it is badass. It's such a cool looking ride. The only thing I don't like about it, which I think is weird that they did, was the entrance, like the switchbacks in the front is really weird.
Yeah.
Like having you stand outside, just put the whole thing, like they could have just extended that whole part out. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, that feels horrible. It has that ugly ass sign too, like brought to you by Enterprise or whatever. The sign looks like it's from like the 1980s. Yeah, bro, that outdoor sucks. I don't know why they did that. That was lazy.
That launch though, that's a fantastic launch. Very short ride, overhyped, kind of. Would I ride it all the time every time I go? Fuck yeah. That launch,
it's overhyped in that it's like not the greatest ride ever, and it's like it's not like the greatest thing ever built, but it's not overhyped in that it's like an elite ride. Like everyone should ride it every single time they're in Florida.
Ooh, here's a good one for you. You ready? There we go. Indiana Jones replacing dinosaurs. What would you do with it?
Yeah, Michael, that's a tough one. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I don't like clones, like I just said, so that's my problem with it. I don't think Dinosaur is an amazing ride, and your other problem is right down the road, you have a park doing dinosaurs way better in Jurassic Park at Universal. So you're kind of screwed over because no matter what you do with dinosaurs, you're basically fucked because Universal does it better. But Dinosaur is, it's just disappointing, but I don't know. Michael, you got me, bro. You got me stumped because Indiana Jones is a way better ride. Way better. And it probably fits in better because Indiana Jones is an IP that Disney can market, right? Like Lucasfilm can market Indiana Jones as a big ass property, and Dinosaur's not. It was a terrible movie that no one saw. Yep. But Dinosaur is a unique ride. Like there's no other ride like Dinosaur. So I think in that I'd probably rather keep Dinosaur.
Oh, see, I know the clone thing, but it's Indy, dude. It's Indy. And then just imagine taking that whole area in the grave digging part, digging up the bones and stuff. That's easy tie into Indy. I don't think I would expand all the way down to what's that called, with that the Dino-Rama place. I wouldn't go that far. I would keep it just like kind of mini land and then let the Dino-Rama section do its own thing. But you bring Indy, then you go walk over and then you go to Encanto. I just don't see that merge going very well.
Yeah. I can't argue with you, bro. I think you bring up the right point or great points. And I think that's probably what Disney's going to do. I just am so biased against clones. I'm like, damn, bro, you're taking one of the best unique rides at Disney and just giving it to Disney World. Like no one's going to give a shit about Disneyland's anymore. But I understand that would get way more people. And the problem with Animal Kingdom is it needs more thrill rides. And so Dinosaur's a good thrill ride, but it's just like no one really rides it. Like it's almost always a walk on in 10 minutes.
Disneyland's clone though, or would we get the like the fucking Crystal Skull clone?
You're talking about the one from Paris?
Yeah.
Oh, that one's absolute shit. The one in Paris is shit. I hope we don't get
No, not that one. No, the other one. I think it's Tokyo.
Oh, Tokyo. Yeah. Bro, if we got that, I'd be down. Okay. I mean, honestly, the ideal route is they go something completely different, like Indiana Jones. Not the new one, because the new one was not that good, but just something completely different, bro. Like a unique Indiana Jones. Then I'm all for it. That would be great because, Indiana Jones is a good ass property. Like it's solid movies. The originals are amazing. Like everybody loves it. So different. Yeah, I agree with that comment from Kiki and Luca. If they do that, I'm all in. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This is Michael's comeback. Indiana Jones is fantastic, but I do love dinosaurs. I wonder if they can reimagine the ride to make it up to date and better storyline. They need to make sure the ride fucking works, which I will tell you every time I've gone to Disney World, 2 times, every time I've gone to get on that ride, it's always worked and it's always been open. Where Disneyland, you're gambling with trying to get on that fucking ride.
Yeah. The problem though with that is the reason why Disney World is always open is because they shut half the damn ride off. It's like hella dark in there, so you don't even see all the animatronics that are broken. But yeah, I agree with Michael. I guess my only concern is one, Disney can't really market dinosaurs because it's not a property, and because Universal does dinosaurs so much better. You have the greatest roller coaster in the world at Universal themed after dinosaurs, and a great dark boat ride themed after dinosaurs. So they're kind of screwed there. But I mean, I'm with Michael because that park, Animal Kingdom, was always supposed to have a dinosaur section. Like that was, from the start. Joe Rohde planned that from the start. So I'm with Michael. Like that's a great idea. I just don't know how they do it right now, bro. Because right now it's just Dinosaur the ride, and then the bone site and the restaurant. But the restaurant's not that good, and the bone site's just for kids. So,
yep,
they need to do something. I don't know, man.
I think they need to do so. Yeah, you're right. They need to do something. But once again, you're replacing something instead of adding something. And I think that's still the issue, especially in that park that needs more rides. You're going to end up bringing everybody into that park, and they're just going to all go straight to that fucking ride, and then you're done. I mean, I marathoned the mountain. I cannot
Everest.
think tonight. Yes, thank you. I marathoned Everest, and I shouldn't be able to do that at a Disney park. But so I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, I just
you're
feel
right.
like
I agree with you. I don't. Yeah, you brought that up at the start of the show too, and you're right. You don't want to replace something with something else because you're not adding capacity. But when it comes to Dino Land, I think you might actually be adding capacity because they already got rid of the Dino Land coaster, whatever that was called, the mouse ride, it was a clone of Goofy Sky School, but you spun. They already got rid of that. No one goes back there. No one rides the Triceratops spin, and Dinosaur is always a walk-on. So if you had a ride that like actually had a legit like hour wait, and then you add another ride what was the coaster called? You know? I can't think of what it's called. Chester's fucking Dino coaster.
I think they're all Spinoramas or some shit.
Spinorama, yeah, Chester's or something like that. Spinorama. Yeah. If you add a legit ride there, then you're basically adding capacity for one ride, and you're doubling or tripling the capacity of Dinosaur. And then maybe you can add another good like kids ride. I think it could work. It's not ideal.
What about that shitty Paris one that you just mentioned?
Bro, no, that ride's ass. That ride's so bad. I love coasters. I'm obsessed with coasters. That ride's ass. It's so uncomfortable.
That's crazy. Is it small? Is that why? Or is it
just it takes up a really small space, and it looks dope when you walk up because it's like a temple, and you like just see this coaster behind the temple, and it's themed hella well, but the coaster was built like not like cheaply, bro, and it's just not a good coaster. It's not comfortable. You like headbang. At one point, the coaster was so unpopular they like made it go backwards, and everyone rode it backwards, and that was even more uncomfortable. No, that ride's ass. Yeah, Michael's right. Universal really beat Disney to that punch.
What's an IP that's in the park that you would like to see?
That isn't in the park?
Yeah.
I mean, Encanto for me, bro. I'm obsessed with that movie. Coco, I'm obsessed with Coco. I'm shocked Coco's not in the parks yet.
That I can't believe that.
Is
like Camper said, bro, you got to put that into Cali because Cali has a massive Hispanic population, like legitimately, like one of the biggest Hispanic populations in the world outside of Mexico and Spain. Like you got to put that in ASAP. And Coco's like such a big hit. Encanto's got to go in for sure. Man, what else can you guys think of? I can't, because the Disney, they kind of hit. They have all of Lucasfilm. They have all of Pixar. I mean, I guess they got to get more Fox in there, but they already have Avatar, which is owned by Fox. Fuck Simpsons.
So what else are we really gonna do from the? And that's something we talked about a couple episodes ago. Is the whole Fox thing? I mean, the only thing I could really think of them bringing in was the Ice Age. But where do you put Ice Age?
Big? I mean, I fuck with Ice Age. I love those movies, but
yeah, it was a big hit for them. But there's just nowhere to put. And you don't want to keep. I feel like that's Universal's having that issue. They're having that identity crisis of where they're just minions. Like everyone knows them as minions, and they just keep fucking running with the minions. You got to come up with something new. And even though Disney has this giant catalog of movies, there's only still so many that are marketable.
Right. And you have to get something that's going to last forever, unless it's something that will never end. But the only things that will never end is really like Star Wars, and that's kind of it. And that's only because Star Wars is basically just like space. So you can always fucking make Star Wars movies. Yeah. But like Minions, those are going to end. You can't just keep making Minions movies. You can't just keep making Trolls. Like we're not going to be on fucking Trolls 11, Trolls Farts Glitter. Like the Trolls is going to die. So you need things that last like generationally, you know, like that can transcend time. And I think the only things that Universal has for that is Harry Potter, maybe Shrek. I mean, I still like Shrek. I don't know how popular Shrek is with other people.
Jurassic Park.
What'd you say?
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Land lasts forever. Yeah, absolutely. And Jurassic's good because Universal owns Jurassic. All the new properties Universal's going to, Zelda, Pokemon, Mario, Harry Potter, they don't own any of them. They have to license them all. So Jurassic's huge. And honestly, I'm shocked that they didn't build a Jurassic Land in the new Epic Universe because I'm obsessed with Jurassic because it's like Animal Kingdom. It's like all green and just lush and beautiful and like amazing rides. So Jurassic's a super underrated land. But yeah,
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings is a potential expansion. They have an expansion plot to the ride of Harry Potter, and that's what they're talking about, bro. That would be hella good. That would be such a good.
Do you think they would do it better than Disney?
I don't know, man. Can anyone do it better than Disney? I mean, Disney World is great. World, yeah. I guess I would probably trust Universal more with Lord of the Rings than Disney because I think Universal's better at building the medieval. You know what I'm talking about? Like Harry Potter's not medieval, but like they're building How to Train Your Dragon, which is based on like more medieval times, and they're building Classic Monsters, which is like more medieval. So yeah, I think I might trust Universal more with that, but I don't know, bro. Lord of the Rings is so like expansive. How do you even build like one land based off that?
Where do you start? Do you just go straight Hobbit or like
you gotta have Mordor, bro? Hobbit would be good because it's simple and green. But how do you build Mordor? Like that's massive.
It would have to. Damn.
That's tough, bro.
Yeah.
Does Warner Brothers have its own park or rides anywhere?
Overseas, I believe, right?
So they have like I want to say they own that park they have Parque Warner Madrid, which I'm pretty sure is Warner Brothers, right? But they're trying to sell that park. They're trying to get rid of it. In fact, there's rumors that Universal's going to buy it. Oh no, that's Aventura. Or I'm tripping. That's wrong. Ignore that. Yeah, Parque Warner Madrid.
I thought there's one in Spain, right? Or is it somewhere else?
Yeah, Parque Warner Madrid is in Madrid, Spain. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Is that the one? I'm all confused right now. Someone can correct me.
I think you're right because they have the Scooby-Doo ride, and I was like, "Fuck, I would love to have Scooby-Doo on this side."
Okay, so is that the one that Universal's trying to buy? I'm all confused with my European parks right now.
I'm not sure.
Anyways, that's Warner Brothers' only park, but they've been licensing out their shit to other people. They have the Warner Brothers. They have the Warner Brothers Harry Potter studio tour in London, but that's like their only like paid thing. They're trying to license out everything else.
I'm surprised they don't have some kind of park in the U.S. Something.
Yeah. I want to say they used to own hella parks because Warner Brothers owns Looney Tunes and they license out Looney Tunes to Six Flags.
And then Paramount had a lot of the Hanna-Barbera stuff too for a while.
Yeah, and they licensed that out to Universal, right? So
do you think they make more money licensing shit out than actually doing shit themselves?
Maybe. I'm a little cloudy on this, so I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Warner Brothers used to be really interested in the theme park game. Like they were trying to buy parks and they had a couple parks with their name on it. Actually, I'm pretty sure they used to own Time Warner used to own Six Flags. So Warner Brothers used to like be fully in the theme park game. And then Time Warner bought out Six Flags, and then a company called Premier bought it from Time Warner. So Warner Brothers used to be involved. They must have been like, shit, this is too much for us. I don't know.
They need to go straight Disney Universal style if they do.
Right.
You can't go Six Flags style. Yeah. It's just not going to work, especially when Warner Brothers has some franchises you can use.
The problem is if you franchise them out, you're kind of like screwed. Like, you can't build Harry Potter. Like you've licensed out all your shit, so you can't really use Looney Tunes. Six Flags has them.
If a Game of Thrones like anything came out, bro, it'd be one of the biggest attractions everywhere.
Hell yeah. No, you're absolutely right. And I think Game of Thrones has staying power. So yeah, it sucks. I think I'm guessing, but because Warner Brothers owned the Six Flags parks and those are basically glorified amusement parks, they must have been like, shit, man, like this isn't for us. Who knows? Maybe they'll get in the game in the future, but yeah.
Hey, by the way, when did you say you had a plane to catch in like an hour and a half or something like that?
Yeah, well, I'm not leaving. It's a red eye. I'm not leaving until about 1 a.m. So I got to go to the airport at probably like 11. It's 10 o'clock now, 10:45. Okay. So I probably got like 21 minutes.
All right, yeah. I just want to say, just let us know when you got to go so we can we'll wrap up.
Yeah, I'm red eyeing I'm going to Six Flags Over Texas, but the problem is Six Flags Over Texas is like 4 minutes away from the Dallas Cowboys stadium, and the Cowboys have a damn home game.
Yeah,
I think on Sunday, so I'm low key like a little nervous about the crowds.
And see, I'm one of those like wouldn't I think I would end up going to a Dallas Cowboys game, even though I'm not a Cowboys fan.
$450. Standing room only. The only sit down seat is $600. I'm not paying that shit. No.
Yeah, no, it was like $800 to see the Niners play coming up. So I'm good.
Oh, that's crazy, bro. No, I love sporting events, bro. I'm not paying more than like if it's a rare event like a playoff, maybe $100, $150 if max. But
you're a Hawks fan, right?
Yeah, I'm a Seahawks fan. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about Pete?
Bro, I'm hella sad. I was just at the game in Arizona because my parents live out in Phoenix. So I was just at the game, hitting up a couple of theme parks out there. They don't really have much. They have like one theme park and a zoo that's a park. But anyways, yeah, bro. So I was at Pete's last game. I'm pretty sad that he's gone, but I mean, I get it. He's getting older. The thing
he's still there, but he's just not the coach.
Right. He'll still manage. The thing that sucks for me is that him getting let go got overshadowed because you had Belichick getting let go. You had Nick Saban retiring. Yeah. You had Kalen DeBoer leaving UW. So basically, the Pete Carroll thing got completely overshadowed.
Yeah.
It's crazy too because I mean they're still were a 500 team, so it wasn't like. Yeah. But like, say he's getting old too. It could have been some kind of mutual agreement on something.
The only thing that I get is him getting old, bro. Because like I said earlier about like how everyone bitches about theme parks. So hearing Tony's, thoughts on Indiana is so refreshing. It's the same with sports. Seahawks fans, any fan. I'm just using Seahawks because we're talking about them. They want you to go to the damn Super Bowl every year. Like the Hawks are like one of 3 teams that have been consistently good for 10 years. The Steelers and the Patriots. The Patriots just let their coach go after 2 bad seasons. The Steelers are bitching about Mike Tomlin despite him winning 10 games every year. So I don't know what the hell people expect with Pete Carroll, bro. Like he was winning every single year.
Yeah.
And so
he was in the playoffs more often than not. And he did get the shit in his stick.
But you get those legacy teams that no one talks shit about though, like your Green Bays and your Cowboys, and they can lose every fucking game in the world, and they're still God's gift to earth. They'll still get to play.
Well, no, the Cowboys are a whole different. They're in a whole different league of their own, dude. They can do no wrong when it comes to some of these like mega fans. They could do no wrong. They think they're going to the Super Bowl every year. Don't get me wrong; they're good regular season team, but they don't do shit in the playoffs. Like they lose in the playoffs, so it's just an every year thing.
Yeah, I'm calling it. When Jerry Jones passes away, hey, go Cowboys. But while Jerry Jones is alive, fuck the Cowboys, bro.
Yeah, I'm calling Raven Niners Super Bowl. By the way, everyone hears me now.
Nah, bro, Chiefs. Super Bowl. Nah. We're going Chiefs. Fuck, bro. Chiefs Lions. The Eagles are trash now.
Yeah,
Rams aren't making a run.
I do like the Chiefs, but man, Lamar Jackson's just been killing it this year, bro.
Nasty. Yeah, but the problem with the Ravens, bro, is they're so one-dimensional because not their fault, but their running backs keep getting hurt. It's like the 3rd year in a row they keep losing like their top 2 starting running backs.
Yeah, isn't like Latavius Murray like their starting running back or something like that? Some dude who's just like not good.
Yeah. They do have a good ass defense though, and I like John Harbaugh. He's a good coach.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think we have a hard road. Niners have a hard road to go through because we would have to go through Eagles and probably Dallas again, and I don't know. That's just gonna be.
I think the only team you guys have to worry about is like the Eagles. Maybe they've been playing like shit, but
Eagles are ass.
The Eagles,
but I don't know, or the Lions. I'm sorry, the Lions.
I don't really think we would have that much trouble with the Lions.
They're good, bro. Their defense is really good. Solid.
Yeah, but I just don't think offensively it would be a close game.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I fucking hate the Niners.
Is Laporta hurt?
Probably any team in sports, but the Niners roster is fucking crazy. Your guys' offensive depth chart is insane, bro. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, and we still have people on practice squad too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They're pretty nice. I think Sam Laporta got hurt last game too. That's a win for us.
Yeah, that's the Lions.
Hey, I think the Niners defensive back, he's out for like Verrett or something like that. I think he's like out for the season. He got hurt at practice or something shit. Did you hear about that?
Damn.
I never
heard. Yeah.
That's tough. The Niners are loaded up front though, bro. They just got what's his face? Sweat for literally like a goddamn 3rd rounder, bro.
Yeah.
From Washington. I was like, are you serious? That's so crazy.
The best part about too, like the feeling of finally getting to go to a couple win a couple titles and moving forwards that people actually want to play for you. So we get that nice like we might be able to get that.
Haven't won in years, bro. What are you talking about?
Wait, if we still go to playoffs, that's still extra money in the pockets.
No, they don't count, bro.
Having a chance counts.
Huh?
Tony, who's your team?
He's a fucking Raider fan. That's why.
Oh, you're a Raider
Brand
fan?
new stadium, can't even afford to fucking.
Hey,
pay
I
it
don't
off.
claim that my team is good. All right, so you guys could talk as much.
Hey, you got
shit as
Max
you want.
though. He's nasty.
He's fucking the best defensive end in the league. But besides that, we have no
hate the Raiders, bro. I used to hate the Raiders, but my wife's Hispanic, and I realized that I can't hate them anymore. The Hispanics love the Raiders, bro. So,
oh yeah,
go Raiders.
oh yeah. I didn't have a choice. My dad grew up in Oakland, so it was pretty hard for him not to like the Raiders.
Yeah, it's sad what happened to Oakland, man. Losing the Raiders and losing the A's, like, just makes me sad.
It sucks, bro. We used to go to A's games all the time. We went to a couple Raiders games. They were always like really fucking expensive. But man, seeing what's going on with Oakland, like it recently got a little bit better as far as the city, like looking a little bit better businesses, better jobs, stuff like that. And all the major fucking teams left after all that happened. And it just sucks. Like you can like Clay, Curry, and Draymond, they always talk about going back to Oakland, going back to Lake Merritt, and just talking to like the people from there because they loved Oakland.
Yeah. So and I don't even think it being a bad city or whatever should even matter. Inglewood, California got the Rams. Like, I don't think like there's shitty cities that have teams. I just feel bad for you. I mean, Seattle went through it with the Sonics, them leaving, them getting stolen, and then I mean the Warriors is fine because at least they just went down the road. But losing the A's and the Raiders to a whole different city is crazy. I mean, I'm glad that Vegas got a city, but I wish they could have just expanded instead of stealing.
I think the
worst the Chargers.
Yeah, hell yeah, for real. Nobody claims the Chargers, bro. They left San Diego. No one wants them in LA because they got the Rams back. Send the Chargers to goddamn Vegas.
Right? I think the worst one was the A's leaving because they had more of an imprint on Oakland than any other team as far as the team, like the baseball team. But it was when the management wasn't paying their players. That's what hurt the most. Management didn't pay their players. They traded everyone around. I bought a fucking jersey that from a Josh Donaldson jersey. My first jersey I bought in years. I bought it because I was like, they're not gonna trade him. They traded him before the jersey got to my house, bro. And like them moving to Vegas, the management's not changing, the ownership's not changing. Do they think anything else is going to change? No,
right?
You're just moving to fucking Vegas for nothing.
Where's it going to be at? Is it going to be attached to the Raiders stadium or
no? It's right next to the MGM, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like behind the MGM or something like that.
Okay, is it still going to be like a like is it? I don't know what are they going to call it? Is it gonna be like an open stadium, or do you know it? Is it gonna be indoors?
I honestly don't.
I'm pretty sure it's retractable roof. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure they're talking about getting a retractable roof there.
Yeah, Allegiant's pretty nice looking.
Together,
I think it's pretty solid.
But Michael's right in the comments about the Chargers. This comes back to what Tony's talking about with the A's, bro. It's just about shitty management. Like the Sonics left Seattle because of shitty management. The Chargers left San Diego because of shitty management. Like literally, it was what's his face, Sprano or whatever. I can't think of his fucking name or whatever. Anyways, the owner of the Chargers and the A's now leaving because of shitty management. It sucks, bro.
Yeah.
What's your thought? This is random, but what is your thoughts on like Oregon not having like teams? Like they have Portland with the Trailblazers, and then they have college. There's obviously enough people there to support teams. How come there's no football? If you look at the depth chart of football, all East Coast, all mid. Like there's no teams here, so we can even have fucking Chargers go to Oregon.
Yeah, well, they're talking about because they have an MLS team, the Portland Timbers. They're talking about right next to that stadium, building the baseball stadium. In fact, I'm pretty sure the city already approved it. You can that might be wrong, but the city already approved the stadium and they already have plans for it. So they're trying to get an MLB team there. Football, I don't know, because you really do need like such a rabid fan base, and if you don't have the history, it's hard to get that rabid fan base. So football might be tough, but I mean, yeah, the Blazers. The Blazers are basically the only team in town. You got the Timbers and maybe a baseball team, but hey, man, I'm a rep in the West Coast, so I'll take any new West Coast team.
Yeah,
like even getting the Rams from St. Louis. Like I don't really like the Rams, but just getting them to LA like made me pumped because I mean it's just I just want West Coast,
Yeah, and I'll say Seattle getting hockey, which fucking awesome. I think that was really cool too. So
yeah, I don't watch hockey at all, but yeah, they're cracking. Yeah. I wish I did,
yeah.
bro. But shit,
It's
between
so good.
theme parks and a family and work and sports, like there's no time to watch hockey.
Congratulations, by the way, on the newborn.
Yeah, appreciate
Yeah,
it, man. You just had a
congratulations,
baby, so
Nice.
Nice.
I don't know if you can watch hockey. It's the thing about hockey is it's on at like fucking 9:00 at night.
And you can only watch it live, though, like at the actual stadium.
Have you been
I
to a
was
game,
gonna say live hockey, like in-person hockey is lit, bro. Like in-person hockey is hella fun.
But on TV, you're just like, nah, I'm not into it.
See, I love watch hockey. It's just on too late for me.
I like watching the playoffs. Like, bro, I'll watch a Stanley Cup game any day. Playoff hockey is hella fun, but bro, regular season hockey, like it's so boring to me.
You know what's underrated is in the U.S. is soccer, bro. Not a lot of people like soccer, and it irritates me so bad.
Yeah, it's growing though. I mean, the MLS is the biggest it's ever been.
Yep, I agree. It's so fun. Like during the World Cup, people watch it and actually get into it. But for some reason, when they watch like an MLS game or whatnot, they don't get as into it because it don't mean nothing. But when it comes to the fucking World Cup, everyone's like going nuts.
Right. I think the biggest thing hurting soccer right now is that it's harder to get new fans in, new casuals, because it can be so confusing with like in-season tournaments and like, okay, so there's a tournament going on, so then the roster's gone, so we're on our secondary roster. Like, I think that's really hard for casual fans. We're like football, like you're a casual fan, you fucking know to flip on Sunday and you know that your team's playing.
Yeah, that's
soccer.
true.
It's like, okay, so there's like the CONCACAF's going on, so our roster's not here, but we're still playing. And then that's like off season, but we still have games.
Yeah.
So I think that's really throwing people off, especially like American fans aren't used to like, the way soccer's, works. So,
yeah,
but I think it's growing. MLS is growing for sure. I mean, thanks to Messi and just, the last like 5 years, MLS is bigger since it's ever been.
Oh yeah. And we have very good players in the US now. Like Pulisic is unbelievable. He's killing it in Europe. Or where's he at now? Is he in Europe? Or is he in Spain or something like that?
I don't watch hockey.
But he's hella good, bro.
I don't watch hockey. Yeah, we had Yelich, Christian Yelich or something like that too. And then we had
Yelich is a baseball player.
Yeah, not him. Who the fuck am I thinking of? Short, super quick, young guy. Anyways, and we've had a couple good goalies, Tim Howard and
Howard.
And we had Zlatan come over to the MLS a couple years ago. So. We've had Beckham came over here.
Did you hear that story about Ibrahimovic? Did you hear that story about him and LeBron? So when he arrived in LA, Ibrahimovic, he got a jersey sent over by LeBron James, and it was LeBron James's jersey. So Ibrahimovic signed it and sent it back to him. Instead of just like getting it and receiving it and like putting it up, he signed it and sent it back to LeBron.
I've never in my life seen a more self-centered man, bro. That's crazy.
He calls himself a god, by the way.
Yeah, I was about to say he really thinks he's a god.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy. To Michael's comment below, I don't know if I fully agree with that, bro, because the Raiders kind of made their living on the fact that like they're gonna be the away team in their home stadium. But I get that that's a little bit different for Vegas and San Diego. So, but I don't know, man. I was just sad that the Chargers left because like I love San Diego and I just want more West Coast cities to have teams. So the fact that you have two teams in LA and both teams aren't even really from LA, like I know the Rams were originally, but like that's they were in St. Louis for so long and the Chargers were in San Diego. It just sucks.
Yeah, and I still see the Rams weirdly as St. Louis.
Yeah.
Man, good times too. St. Louis Rams. Some good times.
Hell yeah! I just San Diego. Like, they only have the Padres now. They don't have. I mean, in San Diego State, but they don't have like San Diego State's only good at basketball. They don't really have like a college football team. I mean, the SDSU used to be good, but they're not really that good anymore. They don't have like pro anything else besides the Padres.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, how much longer will the Padres be there?
Tough, man. They're trying to be the Yankees, and they can't even make playoffs.
Oh, dude, it's funny. Let's go with one more question.
Yes.
I'm not necessarily a question, but that's my problem with hockey. It's on too late, so while I like hockey, I don't watch it a lot. Actually, but if I do watch it, it's either TV or live. Yeah, the only time I've been to 2 hockey games my whole life, and I got lucky because my friend's grandfather has season tickets, so we were allowed to go to the post game conference that they have, the players conference, and we got to sit down and eat in the lounges where the players' families are. Like, we were able to do all that stuff, and then we sat like 3 feet from the goalie like the whole time.
That's crazy.
And I got lucky with that because they had really good seats, but it was awesome to watch, even though I don't like hockey that much, because I seen a fight. I seen I seen a couple fights. I seen a game-winning goal in overtime. Like, it was just nonstop action. But for some reason, when I'm watching that shit on TV, it's just not as appealing, dude.
I fucking love it.
I'm pretty bored by it too if it's regular season,
but
live is great. The thing that I think the problem with the hockey right now, especially the NHL, is I think they have a problem marketing their players, which is kind of what MLB is doing. I mean, they're marketing the hell out of the young guy, Bedard. But, bro, you've had, like, legends that are still in the game, and they just struggle to market them for whatever reason. Like, NBA or ESPN's hella good at marketing, NBA, and, NFL obviously is great at marketing itself, but I feel like hockey is just having trouble marketing itself.
I agree with that.
I can say that, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Tony, Michael had a really good theme park comment when we went off to sports. Can you find that still? It was probably
yeah.
We got.
I'll read a comment on it, but we got talking about sports.
Get carried away sometimes. Let's see.
Was it this one right here?
No, but that's a really good comment. I agree with them. Yeah, they only own Jurassic and Monsters, which thank gosh they're putting Monsters in the Epic universe.
Dude, right when I heard that, I'm like, that's why I'm going to go there. That's why I want to go. I hope they don't drop the ball on that. And then once I heard they're kind of merging like all of them together into one ride, I'm like, all right. I thought we were going to get separate rides, but
I still think the land will be, separate, like in terms of like different areas being different monsters, but we'll see. That wasn't it either, but yeah, that's a good idea. Disney used to have an alien ride, what was it called? Some alien ride in Tomorrowland and Magic Kingdom, and it was hella well received. But
was that the Stitch one?
Yeah, that was it. Go ahead, Camper.
Oh, that was the Stitch ride, right?
It became the Stitch ride after the alien ride. Yeah, that was the comment. Yeah, Michael's spot on with that, 100%. Anyone saying that Disney World needs a fifth gate is completely wrong. They don't. They have 4 parks that aren't fully complete yet.
Yep.
Animal Kingdom is complete thematically, but it needs more rides. You could say Magic Kingdom is complete, I guess, but most of the rides are clones. Hollywood Studios still needs like 2 more new lands, and Epcot is in the middle of construction, so it's not even close to being done. So,
do you think Disneyland needs a third park?
Yes, but I think you have to be careful because of how landlocked you are. So I think you might need to wait a little bit. Disneyland just started marketing to out-of-state visitors like 5-10 years ago, so it is for sure bursting at the seams. But they're so landlocked that you have to be hella careful. You know
what I wanted, which I thought in a perfect world would have been, is getting rid of downtown Disney and using that as expansion for both parks, and then have they should have bought Garden Walk. Use Garden Walk as their downtown Disney or Disney Springs, and then they would have been able to use that Strawberry Field for whatever they want, or the Toy Story lot, whatever side it is. Not Toy Story, but I mean, I don't know. I just feel like they have their head up their asses sometimes. And I know that Anaheim and wherever, Orange County, whoever it is, doesn't play games with them either. So, but you can wait on things. Like, they were going to spend all that money to build another hotel that they didn't fucking need. That pissed me off when I heard they're like, oh yeah, cool. We can't build we can't build across the street. We're just going to spend that money because we have to, and let's build a fucking hotel. The fuck are you doing? You're going to spend the hotel no one can afford to go to.
Right. It was going to interfere with everything else around it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad that didn't happen, because that would have been a waste of land.
Right. 100%. No, I agree with you, bro. They should buy Garden Walk, use that as your downtown, because at Disney World, the Disney Springs is separate and it's fine. It's a destination. So, and Garden Walk is like already pretty dope. So you wouldn't have to do that much work. And then they own the lot right next to it. So you can literally build a mini park there. Yeah. And then you can connect Disney, like, maybe not a monorail, but you can build something, monorail or just a hella buses or a bus route directly from the front gate to Garden Walk is really not that far at all. It's like 3 blocks. I think the only issue is that Garden Walk, the contracts that are there, like House of Blues and the restaurants, have like hella long contracts, like 10 or 20 years.
Well, so Disney would have
to take them all over.
Yeah, they could have got it years ago.
Right.
Boomer's
Yeah.
Garden
Like
Walk was
like 5 years
going
ago. Yeah.
down, right? Weren't they
Yeah.
like, oh, we're fucking done? I
Yeah.
don't know.
But I know
So
that Disney's buying up hella hotels like with shell companies.
Oh.
So they probably own more hotels than we even know. So hopefully they're being patient, bro. I don't, like you said, I don't really trust them. They kind of got their head in their ass right now, but
Yep.
we'll see, man.
I do like that that what you bring up, Shaun, the clone thing about the cloning rides. Now that you've kind of explained to me, and like if I go to Disneyland and I go to Disney World, I don't want to ride the rides that I've ridden at Disneyland. I want to ride the rides that they have their unique ride to it. And I never thought of it like that. And so you
The
put that in perspective.
shitty part though, Tones, that some of the clone rides aren't even full clones. They're like half-ass clones. So you're kind of getting like Pirates, for instance. That's a half-ass clone to me.
In Florida. Yeah.
And even, no offense, but Big Thunder Mountain in Disneyland I think is way better. The theming, the queue line for that's way better. I don't know. Magic Kingdom to me is not my go-to. Like when I go to Florida to Disney World, that's not. I'm like, oh, cool, I can go Magic Kingdom. No, I'm going to Animal Kingdom or Epcot. Like those are that's my jam. So think of it that way. But if you want to go on clones, then go to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with you, Tony. And I think too, it's like something that people don't even fully realize until you start going a lot. But if Disney's really trying to grow, or any theme park's trying to grow, you're not going to grow with just going with a local base. Like you need to start trying to get people to come to your parks and like travel to those parks. And if no one has any reason to get out there, like honestly, right now, Hollywood Studios, they have like 3 original rides. There's not even really that much of a reason to go there if you're like a big Disney fan. And that's just going to hurt their growth long term. So yeah, like Camper said, there's a couple clones that I'm okay with if they're different enough. Like I'm trying to think of one. Like I guess Haunted Mansion, although it is really like a clone, I'm okay with it because it's really different on both coasts. I'm trying to think of more clones where it's better. Like, you like which one better?
Walt Disney World's.
Yeah, I think so too. Disneyland's got the better facade, but Disney World's is longer. Yeah, I'm trying to think of clones where it's like I guess like Tower of Terror at Disney World and then Guardians at Disneyland. Like I mean, I know they're different IPs, so that's tough. But like those are the same rides, but they're so different that I'm enjoy them both completely separately.
Yeah, Walt Disney World's Tower of Terror though. Fuck, dude, I remember seeing that for the first time. It just sits on that hill right when you walk down. Beautiful.
Hell yeah.
Just the just walking up to it, like they did such a great job with that. Then you had ours, and you're like, it's just kind of planted there. So,
right. Yeah, that's the problem with space there. I just thought of another good clone and I fucking forgot it. Damn. An example of like a shitty clone, like something that really pisses me off is like what Camper said about Pirates. Like the Pirates there is just so bad at Magic Kingdom. But the one that's like the most frustrating to me is Little Mermaid. Because it's legitimately the exact same ride. There's no difference besides the queue. Whereas like at least with like Peter Pan or like Winnie the Pooh, they're different rides on either coast. Like they have differences in them, even if it's like the same scene. There's like different shit to look at or different like whatever. But Mermaid is like an exact clone, or like even like Rise of the Resistance and Millennium Falcon, like an exact clone. You could put yourself in the ride and you would have no clue what coast you're on. Like that pisses me off, bro. Like we don't need that.
It should be worse even for Mermaid because all the feedback they got for that ugly ass Ariel and like all the animatronics, and then even like when you go in there and you look at the roof, you can see all the fucking shit up top. Like you could have fixed that. Like give me the clone, but make it better. I don't know, but that queue is.
No, I'm with you, Camper. But it makes me never want to do the one at Disneyland because I'm like, shit, it's the same ride with a worse queue. And like, there's just like, why would I want to do it? Now they added dumbass lightning lane to it too. It's just tough when like Disney has something good and makes it worse, you know? Like just be like trust in your product. Like you don't need to make everything worse.
I was talking to OG the other day and I was like, how come we don't have any Bengal barbecue anywhere in Disney World? Like just give us some Bengal barbecue out there. Makes sense.
Hey, you would like Bengal barbecue, bro. You like those turkey legs.
Man. Hey, Shaun, I appreciate you coming on, man. We're gonna wrap it up here. You're always welcome back, dude. When we could do another episode, it doesn't necessarily have to be Disney or rides, but we'd love to have you back on, bro. Thanks for joining us on this live. If you could tell the people where they can find you on social media if they don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just appreciate you guys having me, man. If someone's watching this channel, I'm sure they're watching because they follow you guys. But if for whatever reason they're just tuning in right now for the first time or just watching because I'm on here, make sure you guys follow, you guys on all the socials, Bad Thoughts Podcast, follow it. You guys can find me Ranking the Mouse, YouTube, Twitter. I haven't been active on YouTube. We just had a baby and we were in the hospital for about 3 months. So I'm probably about a year behind on YouTube, but you guys can find me on Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff, Ranking the Mouse. Have some good discussions on there.
Oh yeah, and we'll put all your links in the description below in case they want to reach out or see your content. But yeah, bro, I appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Hey, go Raiders! Fuck the Niners.
Yeah, see, I love this guy, dude. I love this guy. Candy, if you can remind the people where they can find you, please.
Yeah, definitely. First off, I want to thank Shaun again for coming on. Like I said, I shot my shot and it worked. And I can't wait to see you get back on and start putting more content up. I know family comes first always. I have kids and it's difficult sometimes, I'll say. But if you have a passion for something, you'll find your way to add it to your 10,000 things of fucking shit you have to do every day.
Are you going to Six Flags in Dallas for part of your content, or are you just going there just to?
Yeah, kind of. So one of my homies, you can find him on Twitter at fuck, I don't even know what his Twitter name is. He's like World Eats 365 on Instagram. He's my homie Nate, and he works for an airline, so he put me as his +1 for this whole year.
Oh, awesome.
So we're just trying to take trips. My wife and my son are staying here at our house. Me and my homie Nate are just trying to take trips and like hit every park we haven't hit yet. Just so we're only going till Monday, so I'll literally be there. I'll be back in like less than 48 hours. But yeah, I'm just going out for the game. That's why I was gonna try and hit the Cowboys game, but the tickets are like $400 and we're only there for 2 days.
Into that. Not see a team I don't like. But yeah, you can find me at the Candy Camper. Oh, go ahead. You're good. We're good. Okay. The Candy Camper Instagram with an extra R. Candy Camper YouTube. The Candy Camper on X. And then what else? I think that's it now, right? I'm not doing anything else. I'm kind of over everything else. I'm just here. No TikTok yet. I'm not gonna get on that.
He probably never get on TikTok.
I don't know how to do that shit. I don't know how to use IG.
If you guys were on TikTok, your numbers would probably do crazy. But TikTok's trash. I can't get on it either.
I don't even know how to use my IG, so I'm good.
I'm the only one on TikTok. No one else has TikTok that we've done a podcast with. I think about it. But yeah, guys, follow the podcast on Spotify if you guys haven't yet. Also follow Bad Thought Studios. We do TV show and movie reviews, and also trailer reactions, stuff like that. So if you're interested, do that. If you guys want to follow me on social media, Tones_TV on all platforms. And yeah, hope you guys have a good.
Real quick, shout out to Michael the Ebinator for sticking in with us all the way through the night. Yeah, always.
Shout out to OG too. Everyone follow OG on OG55, YouTube, Twitter.
He dipped on us. Don't follow him.
He's got Instagram. Actually, I thought he didn't have Instagram, but then he liked one of my posts today, so maybe he is on Instagram.
He just got his Instagram I think last month or something like that.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
His internet shut out completely. He said he tried rebooting it like 10 times and it wouldn't work. Yeah, so
his shit's always fucking.
Nah, he was just tired of our shit.
Yeah. He's only talking about Disney again. Fuck this.
Man. Well, I hope you guys have a great night. Love y'all.